Hello, good evening. My name is Richard. This is over and over and over again. This is Matchday Live. It is Carabao Cup, third round evening. It is, of course, Arsenal versus Bolton Wanderers. It's all coming up the other side of this. So it is Carabao Cup evening, Arsenal versus Bolton Wanderers from the Emirates, of course, Bolton from League Two. This is the second time we played Bolton in this competition. The previous occasion was back in 2011 and we did win that game 2-1. We did go 1-0 down. It was ex-Arsenal player Fabrice Muamba who gave Bolton a lead, but Arshavin and Park did score the 2 goals for Arsenal. But what's the team news like for tonight then, following that drama at Manchester City? Let's have a look, shall we? This is how Arsenal line up tonight. Wow, what an exciting young team this is. In goal, 16-year-old Jack Porter. The back four, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ricardo Calafiori, Jacob Kiwior and Josh Nichols. In midfield, Declan Rice, Jorginho, captain, and Ethan Nwaneri. And in the front three, Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, and Bukayo Saka never gets a rest, does he? On the bench then, it is goalkeeper Alexis Rojas. There is Aaron Heaven, Maldini, Kakuri, Ismail Kadir, William Saliba, Gabriel, Thomas Partey, Kai Havertz, and Gabriel Martinelli. For Bolton, and this is how they line up. In goal, it is Luke Southwood. Their back four is Josh Dakras-Coggy, Chris Forino, Ricardo Santos, and Ion Tal. In midfield, it is Randall Williams, Josh Slean, and Kyle Dempsey. And their front three, Scott Arfield, John McT, and Aaron Collins. Of course, John McT is the brother of the young McT who played for Man City against us the other day. So there you line up. And what do we make of that Arsenal team? Obviously, it's a very young, very exciting Arsenal team, but very, very inexperienced. Now, Bolton are a League One side. We're at home. We do have some experienced players in there: Sterling, Jesus, Saka, Rice, Jorginho. The goalkeeper's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? 16-year-old Jack Porter. Wow, what an opportunity it is for him. But can he, keep his nerves in check? It's going to be a tough night for him, I'm sure. Bolton may not be particularly good. They're struggling a bit in League One, but they're going to be physical, aren't they? We know that's what they're going to play like. That's what the lower leagues are like. And it's their cup final, isn't it? It's their chance to play at a stadium like this. Most of these players will never get an opportunity like this again in their career, will they? So it's going to be a big game for them. They're going to give it everything that they've got, I'm sure. But it's obviously we're at home. We should go through. Now, I don't think we can take this competition lightly. I don't think we can take any competition lightly. I mean, we've said on this show quite a few times that I think this season, Mikel Arteta needs to win a trophy. And if it so happens to be this one, then so be it. You know, Pep's first trophy in England was the League Cup. I think Jose Mourinho's as well. So, it's a competition that can be the springboard for bigger and better things. So I don't see why we should not take this. Yes, okay, this is a game. We're at home to Bolton. The week we've had, of course, there was going to be changes today, but I do think it does show a little bit of lack of strength in depth in the squad. It's great to see these young players. We've been crying out for some young players to play, but as we go through this competition, if this is going to be the type of team that we play, we're not going to progress, are we? Particularly far. As soon as we come up against another Premier League team, especially if we're away from home, we'd have to go stronger to get through. But anyway, it's all about tonight, first of all. You can't win a cup unless you get through your first round that you play. So that's what we've got to do tonight. We've got Angie in the chat who says, evening, Rich. Bob, hope, no hope. You never know. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I'm liking the team lineup in terms of it's going to be good to see some of these players get a big opportunity. Obviously Miles Lewis-Skelly came on the other night at Manchester City, played briefly, didn't really I don't think he touched the ball, did he? He had more of an impact with Erling Haaland at the end of the game, didn't he? But Josh Nichols as well, a young fullback, see how he gets on. The goalkeeper, of course, is going to be a big talking point. We know that. And of course, Ethan Nwaneri as well, who's getting an opportunity. You know, we know what an exciting player he is. So yeah, there's some big opportunities for some of these lads here. You've got obviously Ricardo Calafiori looks like he's going to be playing centre back, which of course is a position that he can play. But with Jacob Kiwior alongside him, that's two left-footed centre backs, which I never like because I don't think that it gives the right sort of balance that you need. But anyway, I mean, let's see how it works. And yeah, I mean, obviously we've got an experienced forward line. You do wonder what Bukayo Saka's got to do to get a rest. If he can't get a rest in this game, you know, was Martinelli more in need of a rest than Saka? Maybe. You know, I'm sure we could have found somebody else who could have played in that position. And see, but these are the issues that we've got in this squad at the minute. We don't really have the depth. Yes, okay, we've got a couple of players out here, we know that, but we never had a backup for Bukayo Saka since we sold Reece Nelson anyway, did we? So, you know, it's not like anyone else would naturally step into that position. You could say Sterling could play there, and obviously then, you know, it would mean Havertz probably playing or Martinelli, and I suppose, yeah, maybe they do need a rest, but Saka needs a rest as well. He can't keep playing every single game. From Rice as well. I know he was suspended recently, but he's played every other game. So anyway, Rajandra's with us earlier, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It should be an interesting game, shouldn't it? I mean, it's difficult to predict a score when we've got quite a lot of young players, especially in the defensive area of the pitch. It is going to be difficult to predict. I mean, we've got experienced forward line. I think we will end up winning because we've got that experience. We're a better team than Bolton, obviously, and we're at home. So I would imagine we'll win maybe 3-1, something like that. Be nice if young Jack Porter can keep a clean sheet, wouldn't it? But I just fancy that, you know, with an inexperienced back four that haven't played together at all ever, you know, you have to imagine that they're likely to make a mistake here and there, and we'll probably concede a goal. And he says they got rid of the depth. Yeah, well, we did get rid of the depth. You know, Nelson, Smith Rowe, players like that, you know, would have, you know, it's funny, isn't it, that, you know, with Martin Odegaard out, Smith Rowe would have probably been playing. Reece Nelson would have probably got a chance in a game like tonight. But, you know, I've said it before, it's down to the manager not managing the squad that he had previously. And we've let some great players go. Fabio Vieira. I mean, were these players good enough? Lokonga, Mikel Arteta bought them. They should be good enough. We should have kept them, shouldn't we? And, you know, given them their chance. But let's see what happens. I mean, at the end of the day, these players are going to have to play now because of the squad depth that we've got. So let them play and let's see how it goes. But, you know, I'd be surprised if we don't add to the squad in January. I think we have to. I don't think this current squad is going to be good enough, is it? What channel is this on today in Sky? Do we know? It seems that the one I've got on has got a Liverpool game on. Daniel says 4-2 due to young goalkeeper. Yeah, well, it's more the defence in front of him, really. You can get away with a young goalkeeper if you've got an experienced defence, but we haven't got the experienced defence either, so I do think we'll concede a goal or two. Daniel says to the Arsenal, we kind of gathered that, my friend. I didn't think you'd go against us. Yeah, what channel on Sky is this on? Does anybody know? Because it looked like it was showing our game before. I was on Sky Football, and now it seems as though it's got the Liverpool West Ham game on. So I'm not really sure now. Does anyone know what channel it's on? See if I can find it somewhere else. I don't know. Are they showing both the games and switching between them? I don't know. If anybody knows what channel it's on, please let me know. Or maybe they are showing the Arsenal game. Maybe they're just previewing the Liverpool game because the Arsenal hasn't even started yet, is it? But it is about to. And it is a Carabao Cup. And this is a competition back in the day, the first ever trophy I saw Arsenal win. That was when we beat Liverpool, of course, in 1987. I know football's changed since then, and the League Cup isn't as important as it probably was back in them days. But even so, it's still a domestic cup. And I do feel as though after 4 seasons without winning anything, Arsenal and Mikel Arteta can't really afford to be too fussy. We have to win something. What's wrong with this competition? Why not win this? You know, it's a cup. It's a day out at Wembley, and it's an opportunity, isn't it, to get a trophy? And I say it's been the springboard for previous teams, hasn't it, to go on win this and then, you know, win some big trophies after that as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get through tonight, see what the draw brings us for the next round, and then we can start looking at what we're going to do in terms of the team selection, because we don't have a lot of options, do we? Let's be honest, we know that now. We can see, look at the bench, the last few games, all the kids on the bench, and some of them are out on the pitch tonight, which is good to see, isn't it? So we're going to see how that works out. We've got Mark C in the chat there. Come on, you White Reds, indeed. Do we know what channel this is on, by the way? Has anyone managed to figure it out yet? Because it looks as though it's a Liverpool game on here, which isn't really good, is it? Or is it on TNT or is it on Sky? Do we know? Anybody know? Because I don't seem to be it's not. It was on before. They had the interview Mikel Arteta and everything else, and now they've got a Liverpool game on. Liverpool against West Ham, which hasn't even started yet, actually. It's starting at 8 o'clock, I think, that one, isn't it? So I don't know what's happening. Anybody got any ideas? Please let me know what channel the game is on, because I cannot find it at the minute. Let's have a look. Oh, I found it now. It's all right. I've got it. No panic. Right, we are off and underway anyway. Arsenal are in red and white, of course. And Bolton are in like a green top with white shorts. Arsenal are attacking the goal to our right in this first half, which is the clock end, as we like to do. And that's the way it is. Terry's Wells, how you doing, my friend? This is good evening, Richard Angel, Ride with Jandra all in the chat. Yeah, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Bukayo Saka's in position here in the very early stages of this game at the Emirates Stadium. Looks like there's a lot of empty seats. It's only just started. Maybe people are coming to their seats. Mark says, I'm watching it on Paramount Plus, a subscription app, but that's also because I'm in the USA. Oh, right, okay. I mean, I found it anyway. So it is on Sky Sports Plus, I think it is. Anyway, we've got the game on now, which is the main thing. And Arsenal got a free kick on halfway. Don't know too much about this Bolton team, if I'm honest. I know they're not doing particularly well in League One. Of course, all those years of them in the Premier League, when we used to always have difficulties against Bolton, didn't we? If you remember, all them games, especially away. When Sam Allardyce was a manager, we always found it tough up there, didn't we? But yeah, they've had a few struggles, haven't they? Administration and stuff. But they are, of course, founder members of the Football League. So, you know, they've got maybe more of a history than we have, although not quite as glorious. They've never, ever won the league title. 4 FA Cups, though, they did win, including, of course, the first FA Cup final at Wembley back in 1923. The last time they won a major trophy was 1958, I think, which was the FA Cup as well. So, a bit like Arsenal, that was their last trophy as well, wasn't it? So maybe we've got something in common with them as well. And, of course, we do have a very famous ex-player in common with Bolton as well, of course, David Jack, who's one of only 3 players to have scored 100 league goals for 2 different top-flight clubs. Anyway, Raheem Sterling has just dribbled the ball out of play. Or has he won a corner? I don't think he did. It was Josh Sheenan there who cut the cross out, but it's gone by. It's going to be a goal kick. Raheem Sterling's first start, of course, for Arsenal. Greg says, evening, everyone. Interesting. Yeah, interesting is a very good way of describing it. It is interesting. And it'd be good to see how some of these young players get on. But I think we said it at the top of the show that, you know, the lack of depth, quality depth in the squad is quite worrying for a team that's supposed to be chasing league titles and stuff like that. But let's see. Tario says, "Let's go, boys! Indeed, let's go. Let's get this game won. Let's get on a good little cup run, shall we?" Anyway, there seems to be a bit of a delay. I'm not quite sure why. The Bolton goalkeeper hasn't taken that goal kick yet. In fact, one of the players, have they got an injury already, Bolton? After just 3 minutes, it looks like they're going to be making a substitution here. One of their subs is getting quickly prepared, actually. Not quite sure what's happened there. Anyway, looks like there's a very early injury here to Bolton. And he says, got Lurgy. I've got Lurgy as well, actually. I don't know if you can hear me voice. I've been off work today, not been feeling very well, but I wasn't going to do this watch along, but I thought, you know what, it might make me feel a bit better. So I've decided to do it. But anyway, Arsenal's given the ball away over on that far side. It was young Nichols, and now Bolton with an opportunity to get an early chance at goal. Goalkeeper's done well. Oh, he's put it over the bar. In fact, I think it might have gone out anyway. It was an open goal, actually, almost. And it was fired over the bar. This is a problem of Arsenal. Calafiore actually gave the ball away over on that far side. And suddenly we were in a bit of trouble there. The ball did go out. Oh, nice little back heel, actually. It was a big chance for Bolton, actually, early in this game. But Mark C says, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But you've got to test the kids. So, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I've got no problem with playing the kids. I mean, playing so many all at the same time, especially in defensive positions, is a risk, obviously. But it is what it is. You know, we don't have the depth, do we? With 1 or 2 injuries as well. This is what we've got, which I say it's a worry for me. You know, if we if we're chasing league titles and we're chasing Champions Leagues and all this kind of stuff, you know, the big trophies, it's you need to have a better squad. You need to have a bigger squad. Look at Man City's squad. You know, look how much more experienced they are, and you saw that on Sunday. And for all the great defensive work that we did in that second half, you know, you can see that Man City are so much further down the line than we are in terms of the way they play. That, you know, and our squad is nowhere near that level. I'm not saying Man City are the only team that we need to worry about. They're not, but anyway, this young goalkeeper here, Jack Porter, going to take this goal kick. 16-year-old. Well, can you imagine making your debut at the Emirates at 16 years old? That's just incredible, isn't it? I mean, what a night it is for that young man. It's something he'll never forget. And even if he never plays for Arsenal again, he'll always have this manager, won't he? This moment, sorry, in his mind forever, that he played at the Emirates in the Carabao Cup, and see if he can keep a clean sheet as well. Terry says, a better manager as well. Well, obviously, they've got a better manager as well. Of course they have. That's obvious. I mean, Pep's the best at the moment, isn't he? Is he the best of all time? I'm not sure. He's certainly the best at the moment, isn't he? There's no doubt about that. Anyway, Arsenal are coming forward up this near side. Miles Lewis-Skelly plays the ball forward, but it runs all the way through to goalkeeper Southwood for Bolton, who is defending that goal where their fans are at the clock end, of course. Here at the Emirates Stadium, a lot of empty seats dotted about. You know, it kind of makes you feel that, you know, this competition is low on everybody's priorities, really. But I do think it needs to be taken seriously. If Mikel Arteta is going to survive much longer as manager, he needs to win a trophy, and why not start here? Bill says, let's hope he doesn't get a sore back. Oh yeah, sore back picking the ball out. Yeah, no, I'm sure he won't. I mean, Arsenal going forward are looking quite slick, but actually Bolton have got a bit of confidence from that early chance that they just had, and they're coming forward again over on that far side. They'll feel they can get at this Arsenal defence. It's not that Calafiori and Jacob Kiwior aren't good players, but they've never played together as a partnership. So, of course, and the 2 young fullbacks, wow, I mean, if you was a Bolton player on this big night for them, you'd be thinking, you know what, I think we've got a fair chance. Anyway, Declan Rice is bringing the ball forward for Arsenal, one of the more experienced heads in this young team tonight. Vajandra says, so my comments will be 4 minutes out. Vajandra says, my views, you're 4 minutes behind. Wow, that's a long way to be behind, isn't it? It's normally like a few seconds, isn't it? I mean, in fact, I'm normally behind actually as well, but I don't know quite what's happening. Anyway, I'm quite happy I'm not in a minute. But anyway, Miles Lewis-Skelly, sorry, is coming forward there. He's done well. Plays the ball out to the far side to young Josh Nichols. Sorry, to Nathan Wanweri. Finds Raheem Sterling over on that far side. Puts a cross in towards the far post. Saka heads it back. It's put on the chest by Jesus. On the volley, it's deflected behind by the Bolton defence there. I think it was Dakras with the block there. Good play from Sterling. Cutting field. Decent cross to the far post. Saka headed it back. And Gabriel Jesus took it on his chest and then fired a volley towards goal, which I think the goalkeeper would probably have saved, but it's gone behind it. It's a corner to Arsenal. We've played 8 minutes here at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 0, Bolton 0. Of course, coming up tomorrow night is, of course, the Women's Champions League, the qualifier against Hacken from Meadow Park. Arsenal start the night at 1-0 down. Have to find a way to turn that around. That we have to be in the Champions League. So that's a big night. That game starts at 7:30, so we'll be about 7:15 tomorrow for that one. So join us for that because it's going to be good, isn't it? Anyway, Arsenal got a corner here in the early stages of this game here in front of a rather half-full clock end, you have to say. Anyway, it's going to be Saka with the corner in towards the near post. Bolton do deal with that one, head it away. Doesn't come out too far though. It is Josh Nichols finds Bukayo Saka again. He's going to put a cross in as he knows he's not. Comes back onto his right foot. Now he's going to cross it as he does think across towards the edge of 6-yard box. Headed out again by the Bolton defence, and then they win the second header as well. And Arsenal just about keep possession there. Arsenal still playing the ball forward up that near far side, but Raheem Sterling's not going to get there. And Bolton can clear that away. Greg said, don't get him a cab, make him get a bus. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Greg says, after the City game, Pep said, we're one of the best teams in the world. Surely if we're one of the best in the world, we'd have depth in the squad. Exactly, yeah. But I think what he meant was the team being the starting 11 on the pitch. And our first 11 is, I wouldn't say we're one of the best teams in the world necessarily, but that first 11 is a very, very good team. There's no doubt about that. It's just beyond that, we struggle for depth. And if we have 2 or 3 players out, as we've seen, we're struggling to fill the bench in some games. And, it is what it is, isn't it? But, yeah, we haven't got a world-class squad in terms of depth. We've got a very, very good first 11, 12, 13 players. But this has been the case, hasn't it, for the last 2 or 3 years? Because Mikel Arteta won't use the squad because he doesn't trust the players, because it's so that the system is so rigid, and only certain players he trusts to be able to carry out those roles sufficiently. And of course, tonight he's probably thinking, well, he's got no choice. He's got to rest players. We've got 1 or 2 injuries anyway. We've had a busy schedule over the last week or so with some difficult games, particularly away from home. So, yeah, I mean, it's, it is what it is. But I still think this competition is one that we should look at trying to go as far as we can, because it's the first trophy to be decided in the season. If you win it in February or March, whenever it is, it can set you up for the run into the season, can't it? So I wouldn't dismiss this. I can understand the team selection tonight, and I've got no problem with it. But we need to get through this game and then see what happens going forward, because I'd like to see us have a good go at this competition. We haven't won it for 31 years. Incredible when you think about it. We've only won it twice in our history. We've got a really poor European record. We've got a really poor League Cup record. And yet, we're still considered to be one of the top clubs in the world, which we are. But there's certain aspects of our history that don't really lend itself to some of the other big clubs, do they? Man United, Liverpool, obviously Barcelona, Real Madrid, and clubs like that. They're the clubs that we should be trying to emulate. And I don't know. I don't think we have done. And I don't think we don't look as though we've got the ambition to either. But let's see. Mark C says, I'll definitely take the Carabao Cup. Absolutely, I'll take it all day long. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the League Cup, nothing wrong with it at all. And I think what's happened is the big clubs, or the clubs in the Champions League, have always kind of put the priority on the Champions League, which most of them are never going to win anyway. Where you've got an opportunity in the League Cup, you've got an opportunity to win it, because we are one of the best teams in this whole competition. Like the FA Cup as well, we're one of the best teams in it. There's only 1 or 2 teams you could say that you would worry about getting a draw against. If we're playing our strongest team, I mean, you wouldn't want to get Man City away. You probably wouldn't want to get Liverpool away. Chelsea at the minute are looking a good side as well. But other than that, you wouldn't. It doesn't matter who we play. If our strongest team can beat anybody, in the Champions League, even our strongest team's not going to be good enough to win it, probably. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know why everyone puts a focus on that, other than for the money and the prestige of being in it. It's good to be in it, but this is a competition we can actually win. And if we get through this game tonight, I think in future games, I think we need to play a bit more of an experienced team. And hopefully we'll have more options, because people will be fitter by then. That's what it's about, isn't it? And he says they're not as good as FA Cup, but if it gives us silverware, it is. Exactly, yeah. I'm not, Mikel Arteta, he can't be that arrogant. Oh, and Bolton in on this near side. Actually, a mistake by Young. Nichols. That's suddenly Bolton in. But that's a good tackle actually there by Jacob Kiwior. It's a corner. He could have kept it in, but I think he thought it was going to be a goal kick. Or did he think it was a foul? Not really sure. I don't think it was a foul. He's Mikel Arteta that arrogant that he thinks he can win something bigger than the League Cup. I don't know. He hasn't proved it yet, has he? So he shouldn't be dismissing it. I say this team selection tonight is fine. No one's got a problem, I'm sure, in the circumstances. But the next round, depending on who we get drawn against, of course, could be and will be, I imagine, a lot different. But let's see. It's a corner to Arsenal over on the near side. Corner to Bolton. I do apologise. In this green kit, which is strange for Bolton. But anyway, corner into the near post. It's flicked on and flicked away. But Bolton do keep possession of the ball back on this near side again. Get it back into the Arsenal penalty. Oh, that's nice football from Bolton there. Oh, and there was a Player went down in the box, claiming a penalty there. Is there VAR being used in the League Cup? I'm not sure. But he went down in the box there, the Bolton player, I'm not sure it was. Looking for a penalty. The referee said no. And I don't know so whether VAR work in this competition or not. I'm guessing probably not, because there's obviously grounds that won't have the facilities for VAR that will be in the competition. So I don't know. But anyway, it's a throw to Arsenal over on that far side. Roy says, is it just me, but the crowd looks a lot less than normal for home game in this competition? They're usually sold out. You said, no, exactly. Yeah, no, it is a lot less. Yeah, it is a lot less. You're absolutely right. I've said that before. It's lots of empty seats. Just showing a replay of that incident just there, actually. It was nice football that was from Bolton, and it was Gabriel Jesus. It was an arm across the forward there. It was actually Josh Sheenan, but the referee said no penalty, and I say VAR don't seem to be involved in this game, which is probably a good thing, actually, because we don't really want to, do we? Greg says only 4 trophies can be won a season, so anyone is good. As there are only 4 winners a season. Well, sometimes there's less than 4 winners, isn't there? Because sometimes Man City win them all. So there isn't always 4 different winners. But yeah, there's only 4 trophies. All mistake at the back from Bolton. Declan Rice fires Arsenal ahead. And that's the difference in the levels, isn't it? That is the difference in the levels. Mistake there from Bolton. Falls to Declan Rice and he drills it in to the corner. And that is the perfect start for Arsenal. We can build on this now. And it is, of course, and of course, it only means one thing, doesn't it? And that is the difference there, isn't it? A mistake by the Bolton central defender, completely missed the ball. It was Nichols' cross, completely missed there. It was by the defender. I don't know who it was, actually. But anyway, wasn't a particularly great cross. It was completely missed. And Declan Rice just pops it into the corner there. And Arsenal have the lead. And there you go. Great stuff. And yeah, brilliant finish there from Declan Rice. Did you see that? That's, we made a mistake at the back, 10 minutes ago, and Bolton didn't have the quality to punish us. They make a mistake, and of course we have got the quality there in Declan to fire. And that's his first goal of the season. 16 minutes played, Arsenal 1, Bolton 0, and that should settle everybody down, the youngsters as well. And hopefully we can go on now and get this job done. Mark says, anyone know how much tickets were for tonight? Well, they were cheap, wasn't they? I can't actually remember what the prices of them were. Obviously, they're cheaper than the Premier League. I don't think, actually, looking at it now, that the empty seats behind the goal at the clock, and that's the Bolton have been given the whole of that lower tier. So it's the Bolton fans that haven't filled that out. So, that's fair enough. The rest of the ground does look fairly full now. I don't know whether there was issues getting into the ground and stuff like that. I'm not sure. But we'll see. And says, I'm behind. Goal. Yeah, it's a goal. It is a goal. James says 1-0 to Arsenal. It is 1-0 to the Arsenal. Declan Rice with the goal. And Arsenal on their way to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. But I say Bolton have posed a threat in this game already. And you wouldn't be surprised if they can find a way back into this game. And Ethan Mary there gives away a free kick. I've been quite impressed with young Josh Nichols, actually, in the early part of this game. Looks quite composed as a fullback, doesn't he? Playing that right back tonight. Looks a good young player. See, I think a lot of these young players are good young players. I think the problem is they're not, where this club want to be, challenging and winning trophies. Maybe they're not quite at that level yet to come in. And in the same way that, we had a lot of young academy players back in the 80s who came in and won trophies, won this League Cup, of course, if you remember, in 87. And I just think that nowadays, the way football's gone, you're not going to really do the same, are you? But it's good experience for these kids. Anyway, Jacob Kyrgios just giving away a free kick down in this bottom corner. So Bolton are going to get an opportunity to get the ball back into the box. Rajendra says an assist for Nichols. That wasn't an assist. Yeah, it wasn't probably as he intended. It was a mistake at the back there by Bolton. The Bolton defender completely missed the ball. I think it might have been Scott Arfield, actually. Anyway, it's a free kick to Bolton on this near side. Opportunity for them to get some bodies in the box and maybe try and get an equaliser. 19 minutes on the clock. Ball comes in towards the near post. Arsenal do get it away there comfortably. But Bolton pick up the second ball, and now it's gone out for a throw to Bolton. Terry says, Rice, yes, 1-0. I'm 10 minutes in. You're 10 minutes in front. You can't be 10 minutes in front, can you? I don't know, actually. No, you can't be, can you? Because it'll be 20 minutes. No, you can't be 10 minutes in front. How can you be 10 minutes in front? The game wouldn't even be this far gone, would it? Anyway, it's a throw to Bolton on this near side. Looks like they got a long throw specialist. Well, it's a long throw. We had a lot of problems with. Was it? Well, I don't know if it was Bolton's long throws that caused us problems back in the day. I know it was Stoke did, didn't they? But we always struggled against Bolton, didn't we? Away from home. Back in the day. But yeah, they've had a few issues, haven't they, Bolton, over the years. Now playing, of course, in League One. They did go into administration in 2019 when they were in the Championship, got deducted points. And of course, they've got a famous fan, haven't they, Fogden, who's of course a Bolton fan, isn't he? And I know people, give him a lot of stick. I actually quite enjoy his content, actually, his match vlogs and that. I really do. So, but he's a Bolton fan. I don't know if he's here tonight, probably will be. So look out for his vlog. I'm sure it'll be worth a watch later on. Anyway, here we go. Mark says, football landscape has changed. No, it has, yeah. Back in the 70s and 80s, we'd give a youth player a run of half a dozen to a dozen games to see if they sink or swim. But managers can't do that now. No, absolutely right. I mean, that's very true, isn't it? But and you say that, but you still get players. I mean, one on the ball now, Bukayo Saka. He was given that opportunity, wasn't he, by the previous manager? And sometimes young players need that, don't they? Otherwise, you're almost holding them back, aren't you? Look at the amount of young players that we've sent out on loan and sold that never really got an opportunity at Arsenal. And had they been given a chance, like Saka was and Smith Rowe back a few years ago, who's to say they wouldn't have been able to be turned into a player like Bukayo has? You don't know unless you're given the opportunity, do you? So it is a tough one. I agree. You can't throw in 4 or 5 young players nowadays as you used to be able to do. But it's a matter of managing your squad and giving them opportunities in bigger games than, no disrespect. I say I'm not disrespecting the Carabao Cup or the opposition, but in bigger games than this, you need to see what they can do, don't you? But yeah, you don't throw them all in together at the same time in a big game because obviously you lose. There's no doubt about that now. But it's a matter of managing those young players. And I think that's where Mikel Arteta was that's one thing he really will need to improve, I think, if he's going to take the club forward. He's got to give young academy players the opportunity, because that's part of what a football club is, isn't it? You develop your own players, and yes, okay, you can sell them or make money off them or make profit off them, fair enough, and that's good as well. But they need to be in a team, don't they? As well, they need to be in the team. It's always Arsenal have always had representatives from our academy in our first team. Always. At the minute, it's only Saka, and are any of these young lads tonight gonna be the next ones to break through? I'm not sure. We shall see. Anyway, we are coming forward now with Saka on this near side, trying to create this second goal for Arsenal. That's good play. Gabriel Jesus, can he pull it back? He does. Almost an own goal, actually, but good defending in the end it was from Bolton under quite a lot of pressure. And they managed to scramble that ball away. Jesus did well. Saka did well. Good link up there. And it is a throw to Arsenal on this near side, which Josh Nichols is going to take. Throws it back to Jacob Kiwior. That's with Ricardo. Calafiori got that fantastic goal, didn't he, at Manchester City at the weekend. His first start, his first goal. And what a way to score it as well. What a game to score it in. And that changed the game, didn't it? Because until Calafiori got that goal, you have to say we were clearly the second best in that game. We were 1-0 down. We were struggling. And it looked as though Man City were going to go on and win that game 4-5-0. And that goal changed everything, didn't it? And, sometimes that's all it takes. And, of course, there's a bunch of other decisions that happened later on that changed that game as well. But anyway, Bolton's trying to come forward over on that far side. They've actually responded quite well to Gambia. They haven't panicked. They've kept playing their football. And, they've done okay, haven't they? I say they'll probably gain a lot more at this game tonight than we will. Although some of our young players might gain something, mightn't they? So we'll see. Yeah, we're getting spammed in the chat here, which we don't really want, do we? Let's be honest. So I'll get rid of all of that. Anyway, Arsenal now trying to come forward again, looking for a second goal. Ethan, where he finds Bukayo Saka, gets it back. And Arsenal looking to try and get the ball switched over to that far side. Raheem Sterling goes around the outside. What's a cross like? It's not bad. Headed away. Comes to Saka. Overhead kick by Gabriel Jesus. It was. Couldn't direct it on target. Going for a spectacular finish there. In fact, it might be a corner, actually. But that was good football from Arsenal. They're moving the ball quickly. Declan Rice involved. But Raheem Sterling involved. Got the cross in. It wasn't a bad cross at all. In the end, Gabriel Jesus' overhead kick. In fact, he did hit the defender. It is a corner to Arsenal. We've played 25 minutes. Saka with that corner. It's a near post low. Defended well, though, by Bolton at the near post. That's a throw forward there, headed away. Bolton now trying to get the ball clear, but not very far. Declan Rice plays it square to Ethan and Mary again, does well. Arsenal now enjoying a good spell of possession, actually, now. Josh Nichols plays it back in field. That's a lovely ball through by Jorginho. Saka on his near side, plays a cross in towards the near post, and Gabriel Jesus gets a flick on it. It's gone behind for a goal kick. Jesus claiming it's a corner, but I don't think it was. That was nice play, though, Jorginho. Lovely ball to Saka. Great first touch. Lovely cross into the near post, and Jesus couldn't quite direct it towards the goal. And it's gone behind. Arsenal 1, Bolton 0. 26 minutes on the clock. And it's not been a great game, let's be honest. But Arsenal got the lead. Declan Rice it was with a goal after 16 minutes. A mistake at the back from Bolton and a nice finish into the bottom corner. First goal of the season for Declan Rice. Now Arsenal coming forward again. Jesus there got a little bit of a knock there, and Ethan Manweri trying to get past two Bolton players but can't, and now Bolton trying to come forward themselves, but that's another mistake from them. Ricardo Calafiori steps in, plays it out to that far side to Miles Lewis Skelly. Another one of those hailing kids in this Arsenal team tonight. An Arsenal team that's winning against League One Bolton. Arsenal 1, Bolton 0. First time we've played Bolton since 2011. Long time. Of course, they've been out of the Premier League, haven't they, for a long time. In fact, that was their last season in the Premier League. They got relegated that season. And, yeah, that was the last time that we played them. And we did win that game 2-1 here at the Emirates. Bolton have never won at the Emirates. In fact, they haven't won away at Arsenal since an FA Cup win in 1994. That was after extra time, I think, in a replay. I remember that game. It was horrible. It was wet. It was cold. And Bolton won 3-1. They were in the Championship. Well, I don't think it's called the Championship then. But anyway, the second tier. And they beat us 3-1. And that was a horrible night. Anyway, I remember the first game at Burnham Park, finished a 2-2 draw. I was at that game. I think Tony Adams scored, didn't he? Was it Ian Wright? Anyway, that was the last time Bolton have won away at Arsenal. A long time ago, of course. And they don't look as though they're going to change that record tonight, do they? So far, with 28 minutes on the clock. Arsenal 1, Bolton 0. Arsenal coming forward again. Oh, that's a lovely ball. Oh, almost a lovely ball played through by, was it Miles Lewis Skelly, looking for Raheem Sterling, but it's run all the way through to the goalkeeper. And there seems to be some sort of issue here. Hold up in play. I'm not sure what's going on, actually. Did Bolton actually make that substitution? I don't think they did they? Look like they were making a substitution. Is the ball flat or something? I'm not really sure what's happening here. Anyway, the referee just took the ball off the goalkeeper. The referee, by the way, is called John Smith. He does make good beer, apparently, as well, but he's a referee tonight. And I'm not quite sure what happened there. But anyway, the goalkeeper, who looks quite young as well, doesn't he? I'm sure he's older than 16. His name is Luke Southwood. And he looks quite young as well, doesn't he? So it's a big night for some young goalkeepers here at the Emirates. We played nearly half an hour. It's Arsenal 1, Bolton 0, which is good. And says no rants tonight. Not yet. It's early yet, though, isn't it? There might be some coming up later. I don't know. We'll have to see how I feel, really. Of course, there won't be too many rants tomorrow night unless Arsenal women get knocked out of the Champions League. There could be some then, couldn't there? Let's see. Anyway, Arsenal trying to come forward there, and again it was Ethan Nwaneri, but now suddenly Bolton on the counter attack coming forward. Again, it's over on that far side. There are a lot of attacks down there. This is good play from Bolton. What's a cross like? Low towards the near post, cleared away though by Jacob Kirior. But only as far as Bolton player on halfway here. Bolton looking to try and get themselves back into this game following that goal from Declan Rice. They just won a free kick midway inside the Arsenal half. It was Raheem Sterling with his rather strange haircut that gave that free kick away. Bolton have taken it quickly. But Arsenal have got everybody back behind the ball in very, very similar fashion. Anyway, Bolton are coming forward now on his near side this time. And they've won another corner. Good defending again there from Jacob Kirior, who's had a pretty solid start to this game, hasn't he? The Pole, the most experienced of the back four, certainly in terms of Arsenal. He's played the most games, isn't he? Because he's been here the longest time. Majandra says John Smith's in Newcastle. Well, I don't. Is John Smith's in Newcastle? I don't think he is. Isn't it not in Essex or somewhere? The John Smith Brewery. Newcastle Brown Ale's in Newcastle, isn't it? I don't know actually. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm not too sure. But I'll have to find out actually. I'm sure John Smith was it in Essex? Anyway, the corner comes in from Bolton. A header. Oh, it's not very well cleared away actually. Bolton put it back into the box. A shot comes in. And it's over the top of the crossbar there. It was McAtee, John McAtee, of course, his brother plays for Manchester City. Played against us the other day when he came with a sub, didn't he, I think. And he's fired over there from 12 yards. That was another chance for Bolton. They've had a couple, actually. They have had a couple of opportunities in this first half, Bolton. And that was John McAtee there. Fired it over. And it remains Arsenal 1, Bolton. Actually, real quick look, while there's a bit of a break in play. John Smith Brewery, where is it? Was it Newcastle? I'm sure it's not Newcastle. I'm sure it's not. So, John Smith. Oh, it looks like they're still going, actually. I didn't think they were. John Smith. Let's have a look, shall we? I've been on top of his phone, so it goes slow. We'll find out in a minute, won't we? This is a good thing about the Carabao Cup now, and there's no pressure on you. You can spend time looking at things like John Smith Brewery and stuff like that, you know. And Arsenal are coming forward now. It is Declan Rice over on that far side. It's his goal. Mark C says Yorkshire. Is it Yorkshire? It might well be. Yeah, it might well be Yorkshire actually. Oh, it is from Tadcaster. Tadcaster in North Yorkshire. I used to live in North Yorkshire actually, so I should have known that, shouldn't I? And they are still going actually. 1852 they were founded, and you never guess who the name of the founder was. I bet you can't guess. I bet you can't guess. Do you remember what was that advert they had for John Smith back in the 1990s? It used to be quite a funny advert, didn't it? Wasn't Peter Kay in it, one of them, wasn't he? They had some good adverts, didn't they, actually? But it is Yorkshire, you're absolutely right. It is indeed the Tadcaster Brewery. That's where they are based, which is good stuff. So you learn loads of stuff on here. You learn loads of stuff on this channel. It's not just about football. You learn so much stuff that you need to know. So next time, if there's a pub quiz, and they'll ask you where John Smith's is made, you'll know now, won't you? You'll get an extra point in it because you watched this show. Anyway, Ricardo Calafiore just got booked. His first booking for Arsenal. Bolton had a free kick and then they've got a corner. Terry said Mr. Brewer. It wasn't actually. Well, I suppose he was a brewer, but no, that wasn't his name. Anyway, it's a corner to Bolton over on the far side. We're into the last, 10 minutes or so of this first half. And it is corner to Bolton. They've had about 3 or 4 corners. That's an in-swinging corner there. It's not a bad ball, actually. Headed away, though, by Ricardo Calafiore, who's got a great name. He's got great hair. What's there not to like? Scored a great goal the other day. Bolton's goalkeeper this time plays it long back into the Arsenal penalty area, but Declan Rice is going to see that out. It's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. It does seem as every time Bolton come forward and they got a set piece on that, Arsenal put everybody there in front of the goalkeeper as they want to protect him, the young lad. He's done all right so far. He hasn't had to do much in terms of making saves. He's took a few goal kicks and stuff. He's had a good start. But James got the answer right. It wasn't John Smith was the guy who founded the John Smith Brewery. Who would have thought that? Incredible. I hope you didn't use Google to cheat, though, because that's not really good, is it? I mean, I checked on Google, but then I set the question, so I'm allowed. Anyway, Bolton are coming forward again. Having a good spell here, Bolton, actually. Another ball into the box. It's a near post. Oh, good defending from Arsenal there, just about in the end, but Bolton have won the ball back. And now Arsenal can come forward with Bukayo Saka up his near side. And suddenly Bolton have looked threatening in the last 5 minutes. Oh, that was Raheem Sterling there trying to be a bit too clever. And he let the ball run away from him, trying to flick it back into the path of Gabriel Jesus. And Bolton are coming forward again. Terry says that smudging. That's what he was known as, yeah. Mark Somerset says, greetings from South Wales. Do you remember the beer Ben Truman's? I do remember Ben Truman's. Bolton have just put the ball in the net, but the whistle's gone. It's not going to count. Their fans at the other end got a bit excited there. The linesman's flag was up. I do remember Trim. Didn't they? Was they the ones that had in big cans and big, massive cans that you had to open, and they had like about I don't know how big they were, but they had a big, massive like tin, didn't they? Terry says used to drink their shandy as a kid. Well, I'm sure Ben Truman's was the big, massive cans, wasn't it, that they had? That you had these special things to open them, didn't you? I'm sure that was Ben Truman's. Maybe it wasn't, but maybe Mark will be able to tell us. Were they from Wales? Were they? Obviously you're from Wales. I don't know whether that's where Ben. Let's see where Ben Truman's is from, shall we? We might as well go for all the breweries while we're here, mightn't we? But I do remember Ben Truman's, yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, and suddenly Arsenal coming forward. Raheem Sterling ball across the box. It's 2-0. It is 2-0, and it is Ethan. Nwaneri has got the goal. And on the counter-attack there, Raheem Sterling on his first start gets an assist. It is 2-0 to Arsenal. And that was some lovely stuff there from Arsenal on the counter-attack. And it is a first Arsenal goal for Ethan Nwaneri. Lovely play, actually. It was a great ball from Miles Lewis-Skelly. Put Sterling in down that far side, rolled the ball across. And Ethan arrived to tap it into the empty net. Lovely, lovely stuff. It's always nice when a young academy player gets a goal, isn't it? And he'll remember that moment forever. Of course he will. His first ever Arsenal goal. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And Jesus couldn't get on the end of it, but Ethan did. And that's a big moment. It's a great moment, isn't it? Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. And he says, yes, indeed. Mark C says London. It is London, actually. Yeah, Truman's Brewery was Brick Lane is where it was, actually. So there you go. Benjamin Truman. Good stuff. Are they still going? I don't think they are they? Actually, we have a look at some images of them, because I'm sure it was in big. It was in big cans there, look. Ben Truman's Export Pale Ale. Look at that. That's what it is, isn't it? Ben Truman, look at that. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, it's 2-0. And Arsenal are looking fairly comfortable now in this game, you have to say. And we can start to relax a little bit, because Bolton had a good spell there, didn't they, just for that second goal? They were getting themselves back into it, you felt. But Arsenal's won the ball back high up the pitch. Some of these young players playing well, actually. But now Bolton are on the counter-attack. It's a 3 against 2. That wasn't a great ball, actually. And the goalkeeper was going to come out. Oh, that was a bit confident there, wasn't it? From the young goalkeeper. Jack Porter done really well there, didn't he? Looked as though he was going to panic and just hoof it, but he actually didn't. He scooped it out with his arm. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant goalkeeping. Well done. And now Arsenal again have got some space over on that far side. Raheem Sterling should keep it in. Is this going to be a third goal for Arsenal before half time? Sterling goes round the outside. He's tackled it. He's going to be a corner to Arsenal. And Sterling's claiming. Oh, is it a goal kick? I think Sterling was claiming a corner. Looked as though it was a corner actually at first. Well, maybe it came back off the former England man. Greg says, do you remember? Is it Mackison's? Oh, I remember Double Diamond. Double Diamond was good. Mark Good says on tap or in a 4-pint. Yeah, the 4-pint can. That was it. Yeah, the big ones. Yeah, those ones I remember. Going to like house parties and that in the 80s and stuff. You always used to have one there, didn't you? Always. Yeah, that was always good stuff, wasn't it? Anyway, we're into the last 5 minutes of the first half, which has had its moments. You know, we've seen some lovely stuff from some of our young players. Terry says, yes, we can remember both, but enjoyed DDD Saturday night. Yeah, Double Diamond. That was in them big cans as well, weren't they? I seem to remember. That used to be the way, didn't it? I don't know whatever happened to them. I don't know why they don't make them anymore. Mind you, everything now is smaller, isn't it? Like you got chocolate bars are smaller than they used to be. Obviously, cans of beer are smaller than they used to be. Mark Z says, I'm sure they were called party cans. Yeah, I think they were called party cans, yeah. They weren't very convenient, were they? Because once you'd opened them, you had to basically drink them because you couldn't close them back up again, could you? Because it's like a metal tin. So you just had to open them up and everyone just used to drink it, didn't they? So that's probably why it was called a party, the party cans. Yes, those were the days, weren't they, eh? Anyway, Arsenal coming forward again, looking for a third goal. You know, you start speaking about these beers to some of these young Arsenal players. They wouldn't know what you're talking about, would they? They'd think, what are you talking about? What's that all about? What are them big party cans all about? They wouldn't even know, would they? Even Bukayo Saka wouldn't remember them. You know, he's just won a throw for Arsenal on this near side. Throws it towards the edge of the penalty area. Arsenal forward again. Almost Saka got it. Again, it's fallen to Declan Rice on the edge of the box from the position that he scored. And this time he finds Raheem Sterling. Tries a shot from distance. Oh, that's a good save by the Bolton goalkeeper there, away to his left-hand side. And he's pushed that away. It's going to be another corner to Arsenal, though. But yeah, that was Raheem Sterling looking for his first Arsenal goal as well. Shifted it onto his right foot. And that was a decent save by the goalkeeper there. Anyway, it's another corner to Arsenal. We're into the last 3 minutes of the first half. You kind of fancy Raheem Sterling might get himself a goal tonight. You kind of fancy he might. Anyway, Saka's corner to the far post, headed out by Bolton. Comes to Rice on the edge of the box. That's a good ball out to that far side. Arsenal looking for this third goal. Chipped in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Bukayo Saka, shots blocked. I think it was Kiwior with a follow-up was blocked as well. And it's Ethan and Mary on this near side. Finds Saka, cuts in field. Or fought back across, so cut back instead. Now he's going to get across it. In fact, he plays it squared away across the box to Ricardo Calafiore. Tries to find another goal. Instead, it comes out to Raheem Sterling and his shot's blocked. And Arsenal finishing this half strongly. Mark C says, Declan still hasn't partaken, or has he? Partaken in what? Have I missed something? What, in party cans? I don't know, maybe he has. I don't know. Anyway, Jacob Kiwior now plays the ball forward. Arsenal just knocking the ball around with a lot more confidence now. That second goal seems to have settled any nerves some of these young players might have had. And we're looking good, actually. Calafiore on that far side, but that wasn't very good play, actually, from Bolton. And now it's Raheem Sterling goes around the outside. In fact, it was Gabriel Jesus, sorry. He ran around the outside because they've got similar hair, haven't they? And it's gone behind for a goal kick. Oh, that's what Mark C says. He's never had a lager. No, well, that's what he said, didn't he? Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure. But I suppose he probably hasn't. Them party cans would have been no good to him, would it? Marks, he says, or he said so, Junior. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, I think he might have had one had we won that final, though. Maybe, Jen, he might have done. I think so. Came close again, didn't we? But not quite to be. You know, I was looking for this third goal. Jesus with the shot. Oh, it's just wide. He did well, actually, Jesus, to get on the end of that. It looked like he was second favourite, actually, when he got there. Just managed to get a shot away from the edge of the penalty, and it just went wide. But he did really well there, actually, Jesus. But he fired it across that far post. Good idea to try and find that bottom corner. It just couldn't quite get it in. And that's his problem, isn't it, Jesus? He just doesn't score enough goals. He just does not score enough goals. And that was a big chance there for him to add to his total. I'd say it's not his total this season because he hasn't scored yet this season, has he? But anyway, we've played the 45 minutes, so we're going to see how much stoppage time there'll be. Probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes actually. It's just come up now. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Here's a throw over on that far side to Arsenal, which Miles Lewis Skelly is going to take. And Arsenal look as though we're going to be going in at half time with a fairly comfortable lead as we head towards the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. But Bolton coming forward now. If they were to get a goal back before half time, it would change things quite significantly. But Arsenal defend that pretty well, actually. And Ricardo Calafiori tidies it up. Declan Rice now puts it out because there's an injury to, is it Gabriel Jesus who's gone down there? I know it's Raheem Sterling. See, they've got the same hair. That's the problem. They've got the same hair. You can't tell them apart, can you? Anyway, Raheem Sterling is going to be getting back to his feet very shortly. So we will get another 30 seconds of stoppage time at the end of this first half. We played a minute of the 3. And Bolton actually threw the ball back to us because we did put it out for that injury there. And goalkeeper Jack Porter, well, he's halfway to his clean sheet now, isn't he? Greg says he would have done if he played with Merson and Adams. I'm sure he would have done, yeah. Adams used to drink them big 4-pint cans for himself, didn't he? I would have thought. He used to live near me, Tony Adams, actually. We used to see him quite a lot out and about. Back when he was a youth team player. Anyway, Bukayo Saka switches the play from right to left. It's Miles Lewis Skelly finds Raheem Sterling over on that far side. And Lewis Skelly's got the ball again, played in a low cross towards Ethan Manweri, but it's gone behind. Terry says Jesus got the go faster haircut, but his legs can't keep up. I think it's his brain that can't keep up, actually. But so he says he looks like he's on skates sometimes. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he looks all over the place, doesn't he? He looks like he should be a better player than what he is, actually. I've been quite disappointed in him. He had such a good start, didn't he, when he came to Arsenal? Remember those 2 goals against Leicester? His first home game he played. And anyway, it's a corner to Arsenal as we went to the last minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Corner from the far side, Declan Rice. It's a good one. It's headed all the way across the goal, and again, Bolton just about deal with it. Jesus keeps it in, finds Bukayo Saka. In fact, there goes the half-time whistle here at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 2, Bolton 0. Fairly comfortable game for Arsenal overall. Yes, Bolton had 1 or 2 chances, trying to exploit some of the inexperience in Arsenal's back line, but it was a mistake of their own at the back that gifted Arsenal the lead after 16 minutes. Sorry, it was Declan Rice. It was a cross actually from young Josh Nichols from the near side. Defender completely missed it, and it fell to Declan Rice on the edge of the area, and he managed to fire the ball into the bottom corner. Yeah, Bolton had 1 or 2 moments, but Arsenal always in control. In 37 minutes, it was Ethan Wanweri finished off a lovely move actually down the left-hand side. Lewis Skelly found Raheem Sterling. His low cross was turned home by Ethan, and it's 2-0 at half-time. We had maybe 1 or 2 other little opportunities as well just before the break, but Arsenal, as things stand, are looking set for the 4th round, which would be good, wouldn't it? David says, where can you watch it? It's on Sky in England. I don't know where in the world you are, but but it's on Sky Sports. I can't remember which channel it is now. But anyway, Russ says, good evening, Rich. Eddie, my friend, good to see you. Fairly comfortable first half, wasn't it? Some of them young players looked pretty tasty, didn't they? Looked pretty tasty, I thought, some of them young players in that first half. Josh Nichols looked quite decent, didn't he? Miles Lewis Skelly, sorry, we know he's a talent. And, of course, Ethan as well, getting his goal. So, yeah, lots to enjoy about that first half, wasn't there, really, which is nice. Nice, comfortable victory. David says, I didn't realise. She said, no worries at all. Stay with us as well, though, because it helps our channel, you see. If you just have us on in the background and you can watch the game, that's fine. But yeah, just to help us out as well. But yeah, it's on Sky. I don't know which Sky channel it is actually, because I tried before and I couldn't find it. But anyway, I managed to find it in the end. I think it might be Sky Sports Plus, was it? Maybe. Anyway, so yeah, a good first half. I say lots to enjoy. 2-0 to Arsenal, and we are marching on. Rajendra says Nichols an assist and Wanweri a goal. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. So it's good. Good half. And I thought Lewis Kelly played well as well. Actually, he looks a very, very good player, doesn't he? So you've got a couple there that may well be looking at trying to work their way into the first team squad this season a lot more regularly. Maybe get some minutes in some other games as well. Some of the Champions League games, maybe. Obviously, the next round of this competition, I'm sure they'll be keen. David says, yeah, I'll leave it on that way. Good stuff. Good man. Thank you very much. And don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Why not? We are covering all the games here. Don't forget, tomorrow night, of course, it is the Arsenal women taking centre stage. Big game. Champions League qualifier against Hacken from Meadow Park. Arsenal start the night 1-0 down. We have to go through to qualify for the group stage. So, yes, it's going to be good. It's going to be tense. It's going to be exciting. So join us for that we'll be about 7:15 for the kickoff at 7:30 tomorrow night. So don't miss that. It's going to be good. Regina says he did have a left back as well. Yeah, the left back's Nichols, isn't it? Yeah, he played pretty well. No, Nichols is a right back, isn't it? Lewis Skelly's the left back. Mark C says Jesus just needs a goal or two. To be honest, I'll be disappointed in him if you don't score tonight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. David says, I just have to be fair. Thank you very much. Good to have you on board with us. Terry says, I was saying hello to Russ. Just had a nice chicken tikka curry on my second pint of apple juice. Lovely stuff. Look at that. What an evening, eh? What an evening. Arsenal winning in the cup. Chicken tikka curry. Oh, Thai chicken curry, sorry, and it's apple juice. What a life, eh? What a time to be alive. Right, good stuff. Good stuff. Russ says the only apple juice I drink is cider. I think that's probably what he meant, actually. But anyway, right, I'm just going to quickly get a drink because as you can hear, I'm not actually very well at the moment. I've got this cold that seems to be going around, which is not good, is it? So I need a bit of a drink. Rajendra says, I thought Salad Odin also played well during the pre-season. He needed to go in midfield, but Dexter said, yeah, he's not even on the bench tonight, is he? So I'm not sure what's happening with him there. But anyway, no, he did play well in pre-season, absolutely right. Right, stay with me. I'll be back very, very shortly. I'm just going to go have a drink and stuff like that. I'll just a few stats first. 73% possession for Arsenal, 11 shots to Bolton's 2. Corners, I missed the corners. Oh, they did them too quickly, didn't they? Wasn't prepared. Anyway, we'll go through some stats in a minute. So, yeah. Stay with us. I'll be back very, very shortly. And, yes, we will be back soon for the second half. So we are back here for the second half from the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Bolton 0. Rajendra says take Echinsia to boost your immunity. Never heard of that. I'll look into that. Greg says I'll move back down south where it's warmer. I mean, to be honest with you, I think what's happened is I don't think I did myself any favours because the other night I went out for a run in the pouring rain. And I think that's probably where this cold has come from, unfortunately. So it's my own fault. Trying to be clever, go out for a run in the rain. I thought, yeah, why not? But yeah, probably not the best thing to do. Terry says having a nice romantic night in. The old woman's at work, so snuggling up on the couch with Wally and Beefy. Are they your two dogs? Are they? I'm assuming they're dogs. Let's hope so, eh? Because otherwise, it could be somewhere we don't really want to go. So yeah, I think going for a run in the rain wasn't my best decision, was it? But anyway, there you go. You live and learn, don't you? But anyway, there you go. Terry says, well, I did assume that they were dogs, which is good stuff, isn't it? So yeah, we get ready for the second half. So there was quite a lot to enjoy about that first half, wasn't there? A good Arsenal performance overall. Some of the young players looking pretty sharp as well. So yeah. What was there not to like about that, really? And hopefully the second half brings a bit more of the same. I wonder if we'll see some of these substitutes as well coming on. Aaron Heaven, he's got a great name, hasn't he? He's been on the bench a few times. It'd be nice to maybe get him on the pitch, wouldn't it? See what he can do for us. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? Ishmael, Kabaya as well. See what he's like. Maybe give some of these young players a chance. Maldini, what a great name he's got. Maldini, Kakori, see what he's all about, shall we? With a name like Maldini, he's going to have to be good, isn't he? Let's be honest. You've got a lot to live up to, haven't you, if you're called Maldini? So I'm sure he'd be good. But let's see what happens. Greg says, I'd rather have a dog than a missus. They're better company and less moaning. I don't know, a bit more clearing up to do that, aren't they? Plus, you've got to take them out for walks and that. I mean, I like dogs. I do like dogs, but I don't think I would like to actually own one just because of the, they're a lot of work, aren't they? I mean, it's rewarding as well, I'm sure, but yeah, I'm not sure if I would have the time to put into having a dog. I love dogs, but I'm just not sure if they're quite for me. But anyway, lots of people like them, don't they? Terry says, drink lots of alcohol. Alcohol kills everything. It pretty much does kill everything. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll be all right in a day or two, I'm sure. It's only a little cold, isn't it? It's nothing to worry about. And it's my own fault anyway, so can't really grumble, can I? But I will, because, it's what you do, isn't it? Got a bit of a cold, it feels like the end of the world, doesn't it? Feels like the end of the world, but it's not. It's just a cold, isn't it? So, it is what it is. And anyway, Arsenal winning, so that's a good start, isn't it? And I believe, I'll have to check actually, there's a few games actually being played in the Europa League tonight. Man United are 1-0 up against FC Twente at Old Trafford in the Europa League. Christian Eriksen's got that goal there for them, which is quite good. Are they the only English team in the Europa League? Well, they're the only ones who play tonight, aren't they? Or are they? I'm not sure, actually. Anyway. In the Carabao Cup, it is Liverpool 1, West Ham 1. It was an own goal from Quansai, and then Diogo Jota equalised. And it's 1-1 there at Anfield in the All Premier League game, which is quite good, isn't it? And in La Liga, Barcelona 1-0 up against Getafe. Robert Lewandowski is the goal scorer there. He's got a few goals, hasn't he, in his career, Lewandowski. So that's a few scores there from around Europe tonight, which is always good, isn't it? We shall see. Anyway, the teams are coming back out again, or Bolton are back out already. So we shall see. James says, I found that Originator knocks it out or reduces the time you're under. Oh, is it? Okay. Irish coffee. Is that what it is? Irish coffee, is it? I don't know. I don't really drink coffee. Always have a bottle at home for my mum and me. Oh, okay, I'll have to look into that. Is it like some sort of like herbal thing? I don't mind herbal things. I don't like traditional medicines actually because I think they're a bit like, I don't know, don't really trust them. But anyway, Terry says, get a hot toddy down, yeah. That will sort you out. Yeah, probably right. Yeah, lamb vindaloo to cook it out. Yeah, maybe that's what I need. I don't know. Regina says, also lots of French oranges that you squeeze and drink. Terry said, yes, 2-0 was ages ago. I thought you said you was in front of us. And you seem like you're about half hour behind. But we shall see. We shall see what happens. Regina says, yes, herbal oil available in tablet form. Oh, is it? Okay, I'll have to look into that because that could be quite interesting, couldn't it? I don't mind some herbal stuff. I much prefer that. I say traditional medicines, I don't really think they're what you need because I think that they're designed to not make you better because they want you to buy more, don't they? But let's see. Anyway, we're about to get off and underway for the second half. Arsenal taking the goal to our left, which is the North Bank. Terry says only 15 minutes to half time. We've had half time. We're done. We're about to get off in the second half, actually, which is just about to get underway now. And we are off and underway. Mark says, blimey, you're behind. He's behind. That's ridiculously behind, isn't it? Anyway, we are off and underway the second half now. It is Arsenal 2, Bolton 0. And as long as we don't concede a silly goal in the early part of the second half, you do feel as though we will be going through, which is the main thing, isn't it? Which is what we want. So let's see how that works out, shall we? Anyway, it is going to be Arsenal with a free kick, which was conceded there by Bolton. It was Lewis Skelly that was fouled. Anyway, Arsenal now building up play on this near side. Calafiori goes at square to Jacob Kirior. So two left-footed centre backs isn't something that you see very often, is it? It just due to balance, I think, of the team. But you know, we've done it tonight, and Arsenal coming forward up this near side now, looking for Raheem Sterling, but the ball's played back to the goalkeeper, and he goes long. But that's a good header actually by Jorginho. Now Arsenal pick the ball up. Jesus finds Saka over on that far side. Still a lot of empty seats, people still in the bar. Well, that's a good overlap there from Lewis Skelly across into the box. It's headed out. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal. Sorry, it was Josh Nichols on the overlap there. It was good play actually there by Arsenal. And Josh Nichols' cross was put behind. And it is a corner to Arsenal. 47 minutes played. Arsenal looking for a third goal. That would definitely seal it, wouldn't it? It's a corner on this near side. And Arsenal get that third goal. Corner comes into the near post and goalkeeper pushes it away, not very far. It's loose inside the box and Arsenal can't quite get a shot away. Calafiori's in there, battling away. He's won the ball, still got it. And Bolton do manage to scramble it clear, only as far as Declan Rice. Next with Raheem Sterling, plays it back to Nichols. And Arsenal now with some nice play. And where he finds Rice on this near side. Plays it back to Josh Nichols again. Now, right. And now, sorry, it was Lewis Skelly now. Bukayo Saka finds Jesus over on that far side. Finds Bukayo Saka again. He's going to get a shot away from the edge of the box. He thought about it. Instead finds Rice on this near side. Arsenal putting a pressure on. Cross comes in. Not a great cross. The goalkeeper just plucks that out of the air. And it's comfortable that was there for the Bolton goalkeeper. Arsenal just ramping up the pressure at the start of this second half. Well, Bolton have just given it away. They've committed suicide here. It's going to be 3-0. It is 3-0. It's Ethan Nwaneri again with the goal. Terrible, terrible mistake at the back from Bolton. And they have been punished again. 2 of the goals have been mistakes from Bolton, but we've taken them well. That's Ethan Nwaneri again. That's his second goal of the night. And that will be that. You feel the goalkeeper there just rolling a terrible pass out from the back. Really, really bad. Just terrible flicking side. Declan Rice it was, found Ethan, and he was never going to miss that, was he? Cool finish. Tucked it away. That's his second goal of the night. His second goal for Arsenal. And he just tucked it away nicely, but a terrible mistake at the back from Bolton there. Really, really poor. Mark C says easy suicide passing out from the back. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know why everybody wants to pass it out from the back when, unless you are really, really good at it, it's always going to cause you problems. And Bolton have caused their own problems there. 48 minutes played, and it is 3-0. And Ethan Nwaneri's on a hat trick, of course, now, which would be good, wouldn't it? This is a little bit like them. Do you remember them League Cup nights when Arsene Wenger was putting all the young players in, like when Jack Wilshere first got in the team and stuff like that? You know, we used to have some big wins against lower league teams, didn't we, at the Emirates? I remember Sheffield United getting beaten 6-0 and some other good games. This is similar to that. It's got that similar sort of feel to it, hasn't it? A lot of young players against fairly moderate opposition. And comfortable Arsenal victory. It certainly seems as though that's where it's going to go anyway. We've played 5 minutes of the second half. It is Arsenal 3, Bolton 0. The Bolton manager there shaking his head. And he'll be so disappointed with that. They needed a good start to the second half, really, didn't they? If they were going to get back into it, and to give away a goal like that, suicide, really. Yeah, absolutely. Greg says, carry on like this, Ethan could end up being Arsenal's top goal scorer. He could well be, yeah. He could well be by the end of the night, maybe. Who knows? Hey, Arsenal played some great football over on that far side. Lewis Skelly, what's the cross like? Plays it into the box. It's cleared away though by Bolton. Arsenal playing some really nice football now. We've relaxed. Over on that far side. Saka, can he get a cross in? Oh, he fires a shot in actually into the near post to the side netting. Must have got a deflection, did it? It's going to be another corner to Arsenal. Terry says we need to start getting some of our players off, because if I was Bolton, it's getting to that stage where you just start booting players into rows. Well, yeah, I guess so, yeah. Well, they haven't really done that, have they? You know, they've come here to enjoy their night, I'm sure. Say the biggest night of most of their careers, you'd imagine. You know, Arsenal got a corner looking for a fourth goal. The corner's over on that far side. Bukayo Saka with it. It's a decent corner headed out though by one of the big Bolton defenders. It falls to Calafiori inside the box. He doesn't get his shot away, but he does manage to keep the ball. Ethan Nwaneri plays it out to Bukayo Saka, trying to get a cross in instead. Well, that's a nice little turn there. We'll put it into the box, and suddenly Bolton though have got a chance of a counter-attack here. Bolton, he's got a one-on-one clean through the Bolton striker. Oh, he's going to overhit that a little bit. Oh, he's round the keeper and he slotted it in. And Bolton have got themselves a goal. It is Collins with it. Aaron Collins took that well, actually. Attack from Arsenal. I think all the young players there got a little bit excited. The Bolton fans behind the goal have enjoyed that. Aaron Collins has enjoyed it as well. It is a goal to Bolton, and it's probably good thing for them, made their fans give them something to cheer behind that goal. It all started actually with an Arsenal attack that broke down. Arsenal had far too many men forward and no one back. And in the end, Aaron Collins had the half of the pitch to run into. It looked like he'd maybe taken it too far there, but instead he took it round the keeper. And he didn't give himself the easiest of angles, but he slotted it in pretty well, actually. And Bolton have a goal back. And you have to say he took it well in the end. And maybe the keeper looked a little bit unsure there what to do. And it was a simple finish. And Bolton have a goal back. And suddenly, is it game on again? Not quite, but who knows? That was a well taken counter attack, actually. But Arsenal were fully exposed there. Far too many players up the pitch. They lost all that defensive shape. And Arsenal now won a free kick. Now, if Bolton were to get a second goal, suddenly, you get a bit worried, don't you? Doesn't seem likely, but I didn't think I was going to get one, and suddenly they have. So who knows? Anyway, Arsenal now looking to restore that 3-goal lead. Josh Nichols over on that far side thinks the ball over the top. It was a good ball actually, but then it was cleared away by Bolton. They'll certainly get a lot of confidence from that, won't they? But Arsenal just won a free kick. It was a foul there by Kyle Dempsey. And Aaron Collins' goal, 52 minutes. And if they hadn't made that mistake at the start of the second half, and suddenly it could be 2-1, and it would definitely be game on. As it is, Arsenal still pretty much in control. And it should be heading for round 4. We've got a free kick now as well, just inside Bolton's half over on that far side. Can we get, it's going to be Jorginho with it, can we get a 4th goal? I think I said 3-1 as my score prediction, didn't I? I said I thought we'd probably concede a goal with the young defence that we had. But there's still, we've only played, 10 minutes in the second half, so there's still plenty of time left yet for there to be more goals. Anyway, Cannavaro driving forward, thought about another shot to get another great goal. Instead, it falls into the box again. It's going to be Bukayo Saka. Is this going to be the 4th goal? Saka's shot. Oh, he's into the side netting again. That's twice now in quick succession. Bukayo Saka has fired into the side netting. Terry says, to be fair, it was a great breakaway and he took the goal. Well, he did. Yeah, I thought he'd overrun it, actually. I thought he'd overrun it at first and the goalie was going to come out and smother it. But he was maybe a little bit unsure, the keeper, wasn't he, whether it come or not. And in the end, he did well. He did take it well. Mark says don't tempt Providence. Well, no, I mean, it seems unlikely, but you just got to look at the context of the game. Football is all about small margins, isn't it? It really is. And, a goal makes a massive difference in a game. There's an Arsenal player down injured, actually. I think it's Miles Lewis-Skelly. And they're just showing the goal again for Bolton. He did take it well. You have to say, he did take it well. Showed good composure there, didn't he? And to score at the Emirates is a great moment, isn't it, for any player? But particularly a player who plays in League One, It's a moment you'll remember forever, isn't it? And you can't begrudge him that, can you? Anyway, Miles Lewis-Skelly is back on his feet again. Although he's not moving too freely at this moment in time. Terry says, do you think any Arsenal forwards will ever score a goal again? No, probably not. Greg says, surely they should take Saka off and give the lad a well-deserved break. Well, I'm surprised he even started this game. I say, what does he have to do to get a rest, poor old Bukayo Saka? I mean, he might not want a rest, but you think you'd need one at some stage, wouldn't you? You'd imagine he would. Anyway, Bolton coming forward again, looking for a second goal, but Arsenal managed to deal with that. Now we can bring the ball forward over on that far side. Jesus plays it square to Declan Rice. Cuts in fields. Declan Rice going to try a shot from distance. He did score, of course, the first goal that got it all off and underway. We're just giving the ball away again. And Bolton now looking, and we just went straight back, actually. Bukayo Saka tries to thread the ball further outside. Jesus, can he get the cross in? He does get the cross in, but good hands by the goalkeeper there. for Bolton. Prevents the corner as well. And Arsenal can't add that fourth goal quite yet. And it is 3-1. It's been a decent game actually. It's been a breath of fresh air because some of these Arsenal young players are playing with a bit of freedom, and it's been good to watch. It's probably been the best game to watch this season, certainly from the way that Arsenal have played. I would say. Terry says Arteta must hate Saka. Well, either that or he just loves him too much and he's too scared to drop him. Greg says just bad management. It is bad management, but we've said this for a long time, haven't we? We've said it for a long time. He doesn't use his squad enough. He doesn't rest and rotate players enough. And some players in particular never get rested and rotated, do they? Terry says just a crap manager. Well, I think he's very unlikable, isn't he, Mikel Arteta? I think that's the thing. He's very, very unlikable. And I don't think that really helps him when it comes to other teams, other fans and stuff like that, of other clubs. And it doesn't really help him with me. That's the one thing, really. I just find him unlikable. I don't particularly like the style of football he wants to play either, if I'm honest. But if you're winning trophies, you don't really care. But I just find him quite unlikable. His personality, his manner, things he comes out with. I just don't particularly like him. But, that's just me. And I know there's lots of people that do like him, and that's fair enough as well. But I personally don't. But that's where it is. All Arsenal to come forward again. But you have to say it's been a good, enjoyable performance tonight from this young Arsenal team. Even though we've probably made more mistakes in this game than we've made in all the other games put together. But sometimes mistakes actually aren't that bad, are they? Anyway, Miles Lewis Skelly has gone down again, and you have to feel that his night may well be over. He's had a good game, actually. Anyway, we're going to make some changes now. Kai Havertz is going to be coming on. He's one of them. And Gabriel as well. Why we need to be playing Gabriel for half an hour against Bolton, I do not know. But there you go. So Gabriel and Kai Havertz coming on. Why we need to play with them two. We've got some young players on the bench. Why not throw them on? Give them some minutes. In a game that, he's pretty much done and dusted. Anyway. Greg says, I think the management should be taken over by over and over committee. No, I agree with you. Yeah, we do a much better job. I think there's no doubt about that. Absolutely. Terry says, we must have the team with the worst haircuts in the league. Yeah, we probably do, actually. We're up there, aren't we? We must have some of the worst haircuts, there's no doubt. Anyway, Gabriel and Havertz are coming on. You would imagine that, obviously, Lewis Skelly is going to come off. So probably Calafiore will get a fullback, won't he? And Gabriel will come in at centre-back. You'd imagine that's what we'll do. But Lewis Skelly had a good game tonight. Impressed with him. Did well. And Gabriel comes on. And he is going to be partnering. In fact, Declan Rice is going off. So that's good. Give him a rest. And then Kai Havertz comes on. Is that a sensible substitution? Well, it's half sensible. It's sensible getting Declan Rice off. Is it sensible getting Kai Havertz on? I'm not sure. But we'll see. Anyway, it's a throw to Bolton after all of that on this near side. So at least Declan Rice gets a bit of a rest ahead of Saturday's game against Leicester. 3 o'clock kickoff, of course, unusual. But of course, a mistake by the goalkeeper. Almost gifted Bolton a second goal there. Went past it straight to Collins, I think it was, a goal scorer. But the ball went over the top of the crossbar there. Gabriel played it back to him with Gabriel's first touch, and then it's really poor by the goalkeeper. And had that gone in, well, it would have been 3-2, and with just under half an hour to play, suddenly anything could have happened. But this is the problem with playing a lot of young kids in the same game, isn't it? I mean, the goalie's done all right, actually. Big night for him. He must be a little bit nervous, so there's absolutely has to be. Anyway, he's gone along with his goal kick. He's only kicked the ball quite a distance, can't he, to a 16-year-old? Anyway, Calafiore is now playing as a fullback, as a left back, which is, of course, where he got forward to score that goal the other day against Man City, didn't he? Which was a great goal, wasn't it? he got the ball again. Calafiore plays it back to Jorginho. Suddenly the team's got a little bit more of an experienced feel to it, hasn't it, with Kai Havertz on, Gabriel on. So Jacob Kyrgios's now gone to... Actually, he was right-sided centre-back before, wasn't he? So he's not really moved. And again, we've got 2 left-footed centre-backs. In fact, we've got 3 of our back 4 left-footers now, anyway. Anyway, now it's Jesus coming in off this near side. Manages to keep the ball, plays it out to Wanderers, who's still on a hat-trick, of course. Bukayo Saka now on that far side. Arsenal playing some nice, neat and tidy football. Saka inside the box. Can he get it? Can he pull it back? He's done well there. Bukayo Saka goes up around the outside, drills it across. It's going to be a goal. It is a goal. It is 4-1. I think it's Raheem Sterling's first goal for Arsenal, and it's pretty much like all the 200 he scored for Man City from about a yard out. It was Saka's drilled cross. The goalkeeper couldn't keep it out, and Sterling has tapped it home. And it is Arsenal 4, Bolton 1. And you feel that is the clincher now, isn't it? Bukayo Saka did really, really well there, actually. Really, really well. Drilled across in. The goalkeeper didn't really cover himself in glory. And Sterling does what Sterling's made a career of, tucking the ball away from pretty much on the goal line. He's scored lots of them sort of goals, hasn't he, over the years? And he's got another one there. But you've got to be in there to put them away. And he gets himself his first Arsenal goal. There you go. Terry says, going on the way you lot do, about 29, he should look like Pele tonight. If not, he should share us as Cam. Well, he hasn't really had a chance to get the game yet, has he? Anyway, Sterling will be pleased to get his first Arsenal goal, I'm sure. And it might well be the springboard for him to have a good season. He's looked a little bit off the pace, hasn't he, since he's been in the team recently. But that goal will do him good, I'm sure. And it is 4-1 to Arsenal. And it's been a very, very enjoyable evening, you have to say. Even if I'm not quite feeling as funny as I would like. Mark says, West Ham are losing. Are they losing? Are they to Liverpool? That's no surprise, is it really? Terry says, oh no, that means Edu will buy Sterling now for 200 million. He probably will, yeah. That's probably how much it'll cost on all from Chelsea. But Jonah says 4-1. Indeed, it is 4-1. And Arsenal looking for some more goals now. Midway through this second half, there's plenty of time to get some more goals as well, isn't there? Anyway, it's Eithman, and I think we'd all like a hat-trick goal from him, wouldn't we? That would be nice right around off the evening, wouldn't it? Calafiore is going to try another shot from distance. He does this so with his right foot, but it bends over the crossbar. And we're starting to see Calafiore will like a long-range shot, won't he? Which is good. And even with his right foot, that was always going away from goal. I mean, left-footed players do look a lot cooler, don't they, on the ball, until they try and shoot with their right foot, and then they look very clumsy. And I say that from experience as well. You know, I know that it's to do with, I don't know what it is actually, whether it's to do with the way your body's wired up. But when I kick the ball with my right foot, I always feel like my body's on the wrong way round, and it's difficult. I don't know why. And you're all Bolton in with a second goal there, ball whipped across the box. And almost a touch there from McAtee, but couldn't quite get there. But yeah, I always feel that left-footed players, when they kick the ball with their right foot, just look awkward. And I know I certainly do. I mean, and I think one of the reasons for that, from my perspective, is when I was young, left-footed players were quite rare when I was growing up playing football, and I was not really encouraged to use my right foot because they needed a left-footed player in the team. So I just never really got to use my right foot much. And yeah, but it's just your body shape, isn't it? Really, I just think you naturally. It's like muscle memory, I suppose, isn't it, to a certain degree? I suppose if you train on your weaker foot, it'll become more natural to you. But obviously, I've never done that, so I always feel awkward and my body shape's all wrong when I try and kick my right foot. But anyway, Terry says, just in case the chat don't know, you should tell them about your goal you scored at St James's Park. Well, no, I did score. I mean, I don't like to talk about it, obviously, but I did score a goal at St James's Park recently. It was a good goal actually as well, if I do say so myself. And I was playing left back as well, and it was a corner that got cleared. I was on the edge of the box and just sort of chipped it in. It got a slight deflection. It was going in anyway, in the top corner at the Gallagher end as well at St James's Park. So yeah. You know, I just said about obviously that young lad there, Collins, just going out the Emirates. He'll remember that forever, won't he? Like I'll always remember my goal at St James's Park forever, even though it wasn't quite as an important goal. Although it did put us 1-0 up at the time, although we ended up losing 3-2. But there's a video on my other channel about it actually. So there you go. But that was that was quite good. But obviously, I'm not going to spend. I don't want to talk about it really. Anyway, they've just made a substitution. Bolton, in fact, they made 2. Arfield's gone off for Thomason, and Mattet's come on as well. I don't know who went off for him. Matete, I'm not sure. But anyway, he's come on. And Thomason's come on as well for Bolton. And Arsenal making 2 more substitutions by the look of it. It is going to be Maldini. Kucheri's coming on. Well, exciting moment this, and Gabriel Martinelli as well. So we're going to see the first ever Maldini to play for Arsenal. Could have done with, I remember the old Maldinis back in the day. Could have done with one of them playing for Arsenal, couldn't we? But we're getting a Maldini playing for Arsenal now, and he is coming on. He looks a big lad, doesn't he, actually? We don't know too much about him. He's Albanian. Anyway, Saka is coming off for a rest finally with 20 minutes to play. He's getting his rest, and Martinelli's coming on for these final 20 minutes. So you imagine Raheem Sterling will probably go over to the right-hand side and Martinelli on this left-hand side. We'll see how that works out. I don't know who else went off for Maldini. I'm not sure who went off for him. I didn't see. I think it's one of the other young players. Is it Josh Nichols? Because if it is Josh Nichols, he was quite good today, wasn't he? Well, he was very good, actually. And Martinelli comes on for Bukayo Saka. And it looks as though Martinelli is going to go on the left-hand side by the look of it. Anyway, there was an injury to one of our Bolton players. That's why we managed to get those substitutions in. And Johnson's coming on for Bolton as well. So they made 3 substitutions here as well. And Arsenal made a couple more. So we've made 4 in total, haven't we, now? With 20 minutes to play. And it is Arsenal 4, Bolton 1. Arsenal cruising in to round 4 of the Carabao Cup this season. And Arsenal go for a 5th goal, actually. Straight from the restart there, Kai Havertz. So it was Calafiori that's gone off for Kachuri, Maldini. And that was one of the substitutes there. Bolton goalkeeper's now got a little bit of an injury, which not quite sure what happened there. Arsenal took a quick throw, actually. And Kai Havertz was almost in. Oh, and maybe the goalkeeper just had a bit of a clash there with Kai Havertz. Greg says, give young Ethan the 29 shirt and send Havertz back to Chelsea. That might well happen one day, but probably not quite yet. You've also got another throw on this near side, which Jacob Kiwior is going to take. And it is Farino went off for Johnson for Bolton as well. That was one of the other substitutions that we just made there. A flurry of substitutions midway through this second half, well, with 20 minutes to play, actually. Cherry says Maldini must be the club drug dealer. Yeah, Albanian called Maldini. And he's a big lad, actually. He is a big fella. And he's a centre back. It looks like he might be right footed as well. So we've finally got that balance at the back with Gabriel left foot and right foot. That's what you want to see, don't you? I just think it just brings more balance to the team, quite honestly. Anyway, let's see what Maldini's got about him. Of course, Paolo Maldini was a left footed, wasn't he? I think his dad was as well, actually. I think those two between them, did they not make like 1,000 appearances each or something? Incredible. Incredible football family. Anyway, Gabriel now in possession for Arsenal, plays up this near side. So Kyrgios's now gone to left back. He's been playing right centre back for most of the game, and now he's playing left back because Calafiori's gone off for a rest, which is probably a good idea because he's not long back from injury, is he? So we shall see. Terry says, Greg, you can say that. The chat will turn on you. 29 is a hero to them. Well, I don't know. He's done all right, though, Eddie, let's be honest. He has done all right. But we need a proper centre forward. Now, I did hear an argument today saying that, you know, because the last 2 seasons, Arsenal have broke our Premier League goal scoring record the last 2 seasons. It's like, you know, why do we need a centre forward, a proper centre forward? Because we're scoring lots of goals anyway. But the reason's quite simple, isn't it? Because it's all very well beating Sheffield United 6-0 and scoring loads of goals against teams like that. It's in the games when it's tight and you need, that's when your goal scorer wins you those tight games. That can get you an extra 6-7 points a season, which is what wins your league titles. Do you know what I mean? And that's the point, isn't it? You know, having that type of player, if it's a tight game, you're struggling to break down a defence. They're the one, they get one chance, they stick it in the net. And that's the type of player that we need. Every team needs it if they're going to be successful and win a league. So it doesn't matter that we're scoring lots of goals in the last couple of seasons without a recognised centre forward. That doesn't matter. Having a recognised centre forward would actually win you a lot of the games that you maybe draw or get you a draw when you lose. Anyway, cross comes in, going to be 5, is it? Header comes in at the far post, but it's gone. What was that, Maldini with that header? Actually, that'd be quite good, wouldn't it? If he scored on his debut, I quite like that. Anyway, we've got Smokey in, says, when the Whites come marching in. I'm assuming you're a Bolton fan, which is nice to have you with us. I've got no problem with Bolton at all, actually. I think they're a very, very historic football club. Founder members of the Football League, of course. Got a great history, a great tradition. I used to love Burnham Park back in the day. Well, Arsenal will get a 5th goal here, will they? No, they won't, because the goalie just made a save, actually. I used to love going to Burnham Park, and then they built a supermarket there, didn't they, behind the goal, which was a little bit strange. And of course, you know, it's been knocked down now. But the Reebok, well, it's not called the Reebok anymore, is it? But the Reebok Stadium is a lovely little stadium, and used to love going there in the Premier League days, even though we didn't usually do very well there, did we? We had some terrible results, actually, but we did win there a couple of times, I remember. I think Fran Merida scored a goal for Arsenal there one year, which was good, when we did win one. There was one game we were losing 1-0, and I think Boué scored, actually, and we kind of came back and won 3-1. That was a good performance, actually. That was from Arsenal up at the Reebok. And there was that time we was 2-0 down with 10 men, and we came back and won 3-2, and Fabregas scored the winner. Do you remember? I think it was in 2008. You know, cross comes in towards the far post. It's headed out. It's going to be another corner to Arsenal. Gabriel's in there, so he'll probably get a goal, won't he? Smokey says there, we're lucky to get one. With the season we're having. Well, yeah, I know. It's called Tough Sheet Stadium. Oh, is it Tough Sheet Stadium? Is that a new sponsor, is it? Oh, I still call it. I'll always call it the Reebok. It's just, you know, that's always what it will be. The Reebok Stadium. Yeah. No, I know you guys have been struggling, haven't you? You've had a few struggles in recent years, which is a shame, isn't it? But, you know, you had a long spell in the Premier League. I say you used to have some big battles with Bolton, didn't we, in the Sam Allardyce days as well. I remember that game when there was a corner coming in, sorry. And there was towards the end of the season we were 2-0 up and we drew 2-2. Was it JJ Okocha scored, didn't he? I think one of the goals that day. I think Martin Keir might have scored an own goal, and that cost us the title. That was a difficult one. Anyway, I was coming forward again now, looking for what would be a 5th goal. Sterling shot, it's saved. It's a follow-up, comes in, and it is a 5th goal. And it's Kai Havertz has got the goal. Terry will be delighted. It is 5-1, and another scrappy. I think it was Raheem Sterling's shot, got pushed out, and it didn't look like the cleanest connection from Kai Havertz, but it didn't matter. It's found its way into the net, and Arsenal are cruising into round 4 on what's been a very enjoyable night's football, actually, you have to say. It's nice to see the team playing with a bit of freedom. Anyway, Jesus was involved in that. And then Raheem Sterling looking for a second goal, did well. His shot was saved by the goalkeeper. And then is it an own goal maybe, or did Kai Havertz get the touch? I'm not sure, but anyway, it is 5-1, and that will do nicely. Was it Kai Havertz, or did the defender get the final touch? No, we'll give it to Kai Havertz, won't we? We'll give it to him. Why not? 65 million down the drain. And it is 78 minutes as well on the clock, so that was good stuff. And Terry says, used to hate Bolton when Big Sam was there. They ruined a few seasons. No, they did. I mean, but they're such a traditional club, aren't they, in English football history? And I kind of like the history of football, so I've always got no problem with Bolton at all. That loft house and all that kind of stuff. Mark C says, bit of a breeze, but it's just what we need. Exactly, yeah. And I think it's been refreshing, I think, the way we've played tonight with a little bit more freedom. Terry says, defo no goal. Yeah, I thought you might. I think it was no goal. Redondo says, Terry's favourite player scores. Indeed, he does. Another goal for Kai. Although, yeah, it could have been an own goal, couldn't it? We're not really sure. But anyway, they've made another couple of substitutions now. They want to get their subs on, don't they, to give them a bit of the Emirates experience. And why not? Some of these players will probably never play in a stadium like this again, will they? So it's a great opportunity for them. And I'm sure they've enjoyed it, even though it's been a tough night for Bolton, of course, you know, playing against players of this class, even though it's a very young Arsenal team. We still have a lot of experience in there. We've got a lot of experience on the pitch now as well. And McAtee's gone off for Adebayo, sorry. And the other substitute was Dion Charles has come off for the goal scorer, Aaron Collins. And that'll be his moment he'll never forget, won't it? So Aaron Collins, a goal at the Emirates. Well, and they're also looking for a 6th goal, which I think will be a little bit harsh on Bolton, if we're totally honest. I mean, Arsenal have played some nice football, but Bolton have worked hard, and they probably don't deserve to lose 6-1, do they? They probably don't deserve to lose 5-1, if we're totally honest. So Martinelli chips across towards the far post. Header comes back across the box, and Sterling was in there again. He does get himself into some great areas, doesn't he, Raheem Sterling? That's why he's got a number of goals he's got. I don't think he's a fantastically great footballer. Never really thought that, but he does get himself into some good positions. Anyway, it's going to be another substitution now for Arsenal. Carrier's coming on as well, another young player. Now it's 5-1. Ismail. He's a young Dutch player. And I'm not sure who's gone off because I didn't see it. But this will be the youngest ever Arsenal team that's played under Mikel Arteta, I would have thought, since he's been there in terms of age of the team. It's Raheem Sterling gone off. He done all right tonight, Raheem Sterling. He's got his first goal. I'll probably warm to him eventually by Christmas, maybe. If he keeps scoring a few goals, I will probably warm to him eventually, but he's never going to be my favourite player. But he's gone off, and Cabia it is that's come on. Terry says, and Bolton have scored 2 goals, 1 at each end. Well, you've got to call that an own goal, didn't you? They have. But it doesn't matter because it's 5-1 to Arsenal. And we are going through to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. And the road to Wembley is still alive in this competition for Arsenal, which is good, isn't it? I think we could do with a nice trip out to Wembley. We've not played in a cup final for what? It'll be 5 years this season if we don't get one this year, won't it? So it's about time we got to a Wembley Cup final, isn't it? And of course, there's still a long way to go in this competition before we start thinking of Wembley. But the beauty, or whatever, or not so much the beauty of knockout football is, if you lose, you're out. So you have to win your games, don't you? So while you keep winning, you're in with a chance. That's what I always say. Smokey says we're going to have to take the one. Beggars can't be choosers against a top club such as Arsenal. No, exactly. I mean, you know, I don't know. I just felt with the inexperienced defence that we started with tonight, and I thought Bolton would be maybe a little bit more physical than they've been actually. You know, I've seen a few League One games, and you know, it's quite a physical league, isn't it? But in the end, I think Arsenal's quality has obviously shown through, and it's been a tough night for Bolton. But I'm sure they would have enjoyed the experience of being here. You know, the fans and the players and stuff like that. They would have gained a lot from it, I'm sure. As indeed with a lot of these young Arsenal players. Terry says, still no Arsenal forwards have scored. Well, technically Havertz, I suppose, if you want to call him a forward. Although I always look on him as more of a midfield player, although midfield isn't his position. Still. But Jonas says, Terry's just proved my score 4. Oh, you did say 4-2, didn't you? And I suppose, yeah, if you look at it, if that counts as no goal, then I suppose we've scored 4 and they've scored 2. So, yeah, maybe that's right. But I'm sure Havertz is claiming that goal. And why wouldn't he? We're into the last 7 minutes anyway. He's going to be a throw to Arsenal. It's absolutely chucking it down with rain as well at the Emirates, as it did the other day. So maybe Mikel Arteta will end up getting my cold standing out in the rain. It's no good for you. I've decided it's no good for you. Anyway, Smokey says, nice little day out for the boys. Absolutely would have been. And that's what it's about, isn't it? That's what these cup competitions are about, aren't they? It's nice for the bigger clubs to dream about winning the trophy. Of course it is. You want a day out of Wembley, you want to lift the cup, you want to enjoy all that, don't you? But for the League One clubs and the smaller clubs, getting a draw like this, playing at a stadium like this for the players and the fans, it's fantastic, isn't it? It is a big crowd in tonight as well. It's been a good game to watch. I'm sure the Bolton fans will enjoy it as much as they can in the circumstances. But they enjoyed the goal, didn't they? And that was a nice moment for them to take it from it. And that's what it's about, isn't it? Realistically, they're probably never going to win the game, were they? But anyway, Arsenal looking for a 6th goal now on the counter-attack. Here we are. Plays it back to Gabriel Martinelli. Plays it squares. It's going to be the 6th goal. Kai Havertz is in the box. He couldn't quite wriggle the shot away there, trying to go through about 3 players. Mark C says, blimey, it's pissing down. It is, yeah. Looks like the weather I went out for running the other night, which has caused me now to be struck down with this cold. So I feel sorry for the players, actually. Hopefully they don't get a cold before the weekend and they're all out ill, which won't be good, will it? But anyway, I'm sure they'll all be fine. Terry says, Reg, I'll proudly give you the score indeed. Greg says, they'll give Havertz the goal just like they gave Viv the goal, even though it wouldn't have gone in without a massive deflection. Well, actually, I was looking at that, right? I saw a replay of that the other day. And if you look at Viv's shot, it looked like it was going to go wide of the far post anyway. And the deflection obviously took it in. So I actually think that should be an own goal. They're not going to take it away from Viv. Of course they're not. But I actually think our shot was going wide. Mark C says, I used to love playing in the rain. Yes and no. I think I like it when the pitch is a little bit slick. But yeah, I don't like playing in the rain. I like it to rain maybe before the game, so the pitch is slick, and then maybe stop raining when we're playing. I'm not a fan of bad weather, I must admit. I'm a nice sunny weather kind of person. I like being out in the sunshine. But anyway, the pitches are better as well, yeah. So he says, Richard, give the ranting a rest. Yeah, maybe that's what I need to do. Yeah, maybe that's why I've got a cold. It's been over forward with it. We might nearly plays a ball forward to Gabriel Jesus. If he can't score against Bolton, no disrespect to Bolton, but Christ, what chance has he got against the Premier League teams that he's supposed to be scoring against? Anyway, we have now got the ball into the last 4 minutes of normal time. Arsenal pressing for a 6th goal. We are through to the 4th round. Not sure when the draw is. I think I know when the draw is. Probably be tomorrow, will it? Oh, anyway, Arsenal going forward again. Martinelli on this near side. Plays it across the box. Oh, dear. If only Ethan Nomera had got himself in the box, he could have had his hat-trick. Anyway, Jesus now puts a cross back in again, looking for Havertz. Defender heads it wide behind. It's going to be another corner. It was Santos there. He's a big lad as well, isn't he? The Bolton defender heading that one behind it is going to be a corner to Arsenal. And Gabriel's in there. Already got 2 goals this season. Always a threat, isn't he, from these set pieces. He loves them, doesn't he? He absolutely loves them. So just a quick reminder of what's coming up on the channel over the next few days. Actually, we'll get this corner out of the way first. Swings in towards the near post, heading away by Santos again, the big defender for Bolton. So yeah, what's coming up on the channel tomorrow night? Of course, we are here for the Arsenal women against Hacken. That game kicks off at 7:30, so we'll be about 7:15. So join me for that one. Of course, Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff. Arsenal versus Leicester from the Premier League in from the Emirates. That kicks off at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. Well, it's unusual, isn't it? So join me about 2:45 for that one. And then, of course, Sunday, the Arsenal women are away at Leicester at the King Power Stadium. That game kicks off at 3 o'clock as well. So I'll be at 2:45 on Sunday. So that's all coming up. Oh, and don't forget Friday as well, the Arsenal Women's Show. Of course, I nearly forgot. We're back on our Friday evening again. The Arsenal Women's Show, 7:45 on Friday. Andreas Amar will be here. We'll be looking back on the Man City game, looking at the Champions League qualifier. Will we have got through? Let's hope so. And of course, previewing Leicester. And Amar's got his quiz as well. The return of Amar's quiz night. That's coming up on Friday. So it's a busy week, actually. So I need to get rid of this cold, don't I? Because I won't be able to enjoy it if I'm feeling like I have been tonight. But anyway, hopefully I'm on the mend. I certainly feel a bit better than I did this morning and last night. But anyway, we'll see how that works out. Mark C says, why wasn't Jesus in the middle? Well, because he's not a natural goal scorer, is he? He's not a natural centre forward. Terry says, Rich, give Ange a shout. I think she's fell asleep. No woman can stay this quiet for this amount of time. She's just enjoying the game. You leave her alone. She's just enjoying it. Martinelli inside the box. Can't get through, but Kiwior might. Drills across to the far post. It's over. Hit that, though, isn't he? He's gone out for a throw. But Terry says, I think I've been a member for 2 years tomorrow. I'll be very, very close. I mean, yeah, I just want to say, actually, Terry was one of our very first, well, I think he was our first ever actual member of the channel. But also, before that, he was one of the first people to really support what we were doing here, actually. One of our first regular viewers, been with us pretty much all the way through from the start. So it's great that Terry's still there. It just goes to show, doesn't it, that, maybe we must be doing something right, mustn't we? If we've got Terry, who's been here for, 3 or 4 years on the channel with us, which is great, isn't it? Greg says, great, a proper start to the weekend. Exactly, yeah. We're back on a Friday again. We're going to have to be changing the date of the show this season a little bit because Andreas will be flying to London on a Friday quite a lot because he gets a cheaper flight on a Friday, so you can't blame him. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. But this week it's Friday. The week after it won't be because Andreas is coming to the Everton game at the Emirates, so we'll probably do that one maybe on a Wednesday or something. We'll fit them all in. Don't you worry. Regenda says, Rich, you're very busy. I am very busy. It's been a busy couple of weeks. It's going to be a busy another couple of weeks as well. There's going to be 4 minutes of stoppage time, so we won't be busy for much longer, because this game is going to be over very shortly. But it might be another goal to celebrate soon because Gabriel Jesus is coming forward, finds Martinelli on this near side. The cameraman is struggling to keep up. That's how quick Martinelli is. Can he get the crossing, though? No, he can't because it's blocked. It's going to be a corner. Terry says, bang on Gadini. Well, it's going to be a good start to the weekend because tomorrow night is a women are playing, of course. And then Friday is a women's show, and then Saturday and then Sunday. Wow. Shows galore at the minute. Shows galore. Going to be good. And a few more results like this in the next few games will be nice as well, won't it? Let's hope so. Greg says, happy birthday for tomorrow, Terry. Wow, is it? Well, I suppose it's his anniversary, not birthday. It's his anniversary of joining the channel. That's what it's about. It's a goal kick this time. And Kai was getting involved there with the goalkeeper for Bolton. Not quite sure what that was all about. Anyway, here's a goal kick to Bolton. We're into the last 2.5 minutes of this game, which has been a fairly enjoyable game of football. Some nice football play by this young Arsenal team. And Arsenal are cruising through by 5-1. Who are we going to get in the next round? That is what we'll be asking ourselves, won't we? Who will we draw in the next round? Will it be another lower league team? Or will we face one of the big boys? Who knows? Mark C says, ideal game for us. Yeah, I mean, it has definitely been the ideal game for us, yeah. I say it's given the youngsters a chance and rested a few players. Even some of the more experienced ones that started have gone off and had a rest. So, yeah, it's a perfect night, really, hasn't it? It has been a perfect night. And it is nearly over. And Arsenal are going through. And in knockout football, that's all that matters. I've said it before, it doesn't matter if you win 1-0 or you win 4-0 or 5-1 in this case, as long as you're in that hat for the next round. And that's all you need to be. Stay in these cup competitions as long as you possibly can. Because you never know. Cross comes in for Martinelli. Oh, it was Jesus looking to get on the end of that one, but he couldn't quite get there. And it is going to be a goal kick to Bolton into the last minute of stoppage time, and it has been a good night for Arsenal. Bolton manager there with his hood up in the rain, absolutely chucking it down. Roy says, a 16-year-old goalkeeper, what a dream for that young man. Indeed, yeah, incredible. I mean, he has had lots to do. He almost gifted Bolton a goal with a rushed clearance. And he did, of course, concede that goal, but he'll be a great night for him as well, won't it? He might never play for Arsenal again. It doesn't matter, does it? He'll have this moment forever. Terry says, everyone in the chat hit that like button. Yeah, give us a like as we get down towards the final stages of this game. And I think Bolton are going to win a corner. Are they going to get a second goal right at the death? We shall see. The Bolton fans have gone home. And you can't blame them. It's a terrible night. They're not going to get home till about 3 o'clock in the morning, are they? Anyway, the big defender Santos has come up for this. Can he repeat Gabriel's recent heroics? Anyway, this corner comes in for Bolton in front of their fans. The goalkeeper catches that. That'll do his confidence a world of good. The young 16-year-old, in fact, is that the last action of this game? It is. The full-time whistle's gone. It has finished here at the Emirates. Arsenal 5, Bolton Wanderers 1. Absolutely a comfortable night in the end for Arsenal. Play some nice football, some good moments from the young players, and Arsenal cruise in to round 4. It was Declan Rice got things off and running after 16 minutes with a cool finish from the edge of the box after a mistake at the back. It then became the Ethan Wanweri show. He got a goal either side of half-time. The first one was a simple tap-in after Raheem Sterling's left-wing cross, and then the second one, it was Bolton gave the ball away, and Ethan ran through and slotted home under the goalkeeper to make it 3-0. Bolton pulled the goal back, counter-attack. It was Aaron Collins with the finish, took it round the young Arsenal goalkeeper, Jack Porter, and slotted it in, which made it 3-1. And, you know, Bolton were back in the game slightly, but we made a few substitutions, brought some big names on. Raheem Sterling made it 4-1 after good work from Bukayo Saka, and it was Havertz got the last goal, the 78th minute, knocking the ball home after Raheem Sterling's shot was saved. The Bolton players are going over to their fans over in that bottom corner, and they'd have enjoyed their night, I'm sure. Roy says, okay, so who do you want in the next round? A North London derby or Man City away? Well, Mark C says, job done indeed. Terry says, City away, 11 versus 11 for 90 minutes. Well, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Full strength team to see what would happen there. I don't really care who we get. I really don't care who we get. At the end of the day, if we're going to win these competitions, at some point you're going to have to play one of the big teams. I think it's important to stay and have a good run. You know, we haven't had a good run in a cup for a long time, have we? You know, getting a semi-final and stuff like that. You know, we need a good run in a cup, and it'd be nice to get a good run going in this cup this season, won't it? We're off to a good start. And there were some good performances there, wasn't it? I thought Miles Lewis-Skelly had a good game before he got injured, had to go off. Josh Nichols had an assist as well. Good performance from him. Obviously, Ethan's going to get the headlines with his 2 goals as well. Fantastic stuff. And a few of the other youngsters come on as well, didn't they? Maldini, of course, and Kabara as well came on. So it's good to see some of these young players making an impact as well. Terry says, and City in the FA Cup. We don't want to play him every competition, do we? Roy says, Sterling was quality. Well, he had a decent game, yeah. Magenda says, fantastic game with the youngsters, blooded and learning how to work with the other players. Yeah, it was a good game, you're absolutely right. Terry says, I want to see how seriously Arteta takes every cup this season. Yeah, let's see what the draw is, you know, and let's see who we get in the next round and then what team he's going to pick. But yeah, I want us to do well. I want us to have a good go at this. So some stats then, 77% possession for Arsenal, 21 shots to Bolton's 4. We had 10 corners to Bolton's 4. And yeah, pretty dominant performance, wasn't it? There we go. Mark C says, got to win a trophy this season, preferably 2. Yeah, we definitely need to win something, you're right. And you can't pick and choose which one you might win. You don't get that option. We're not that good. We have to win what we can win, and if it happens to be this, let's take it. I'll be quite happy with a Carabao Cup. Don't care anyone says it's a cup competition. It's a Wembley final, and it's a competition that we haven't won enough times in our history. So let's do it. And a perfect start tonight. Yeah, some good young performances, some good football, some nice goals, and a comfortable victory. So yeah, enjoyed that in the rain at the Emirates. I am going to go now and get myself fit for the women's game tomorrow, because that's going to be good as well. Regina says also get our FA Cup back. Well, yeah, I mean, what we need to do is stay in all the cups for as long as we can. You can't guarantee you're ever going to win a cup because, you know, one defeat and you're out. That's the nature of cup football. But you've got to keep yourself in the game, in the competition as long as you can. I say we haven't, you know, we used to get to semi-finals, and every season we had at least a semi-final, didn't we? Even in the last few years of Arsene Wenger, when things weren't going as well, we'd always have a cup semi-final at least, wouldn't we? So let's have a cup semi-final this year, maybe a couple. You know what I mean? Let's go all the way as if we can. Let's do it, and let's enjoy some good cup runs, shall we? Be nice. Greg says can't keep relying on the girls to win all the trophies. No, we can't. Terry says we'll win no cups and the top four finish medal. Well, we'll see. Let's see what happens. We still got a chance in this one because we're still in it, and that's the main thing, isn't it? So thank you very much, everyone, for watching tonight. Thanks for your comments in the chat as well. Particularly thanks to our Bolton fan who joined us as well. Good to see you as well. I can't remember what your name was now. Oh, Smokey, there we go. Yeah, Smokey. So it's good to see a Bolton fan in as well. So that was nice. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow, 7:15, maybe 20 past, somewhere around about that, for 7:30 kickoff for the women. That is going to be good. So join me for that. I'm hoping that my head might be a little bit clearer tomorrow, but we shall see. So yeah, join me for that one. Friday, of course, it's the Arsenal Women's Show, 7:45. That is going to be good. Saturday, the Arsenal men against Leicester. Sunday, the Arsenal women against Leicester. Wow, it's all happening, isn't it? This is the place to be. We've got you covered here. So make sure you join me for all that. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for watching. It did finish here tonight in the Carabao Cup. Arsenal 5, Bolton Wanderers 1. A nice, comfortable victory. Some good football, some good young players playing. Which says, I believe Arsenal are the greatest team and we'll win all 4 competitions. Well, it's good that you believe that, my friend. It is good that you believe that. I think you're slightly deluded that we win all 4. Let's just win 1 first of all and see where we go. Terry says, great show again, Richard. See you tomorrow, and good night to all in the chat. Indeed, and to you as well, Terry. Thank you very much again for joining us, having had your curry and stuff as well, which was nice, wasn't it? So yeah, join us tomorrow. Mark C says later, chaps. Indeed. So join us tomorrow. It's going to be good, isn't it? It's going to be another good game. Hopefully, another victory, another big victory like we've just seen. Would be great, wouldn't it? Tomorrow, I don't think it's going to be quite that easy. Hacking a very strong, well-organised team as we saw last week. We have to win 2-0. Can we do it? I'm sure we can. So thanks for joining us, guys. Don't forget, give us a like, share and subscribe. I will see you tomorrow about 7:15 for the women. That is going to be good. Arsenal through. We beat them Bolton 5-1. It was a bit of a throwback, wasn't it, to the old days of the youngsters, the academy players shining. Ethan Wanwary got 2 goals. Brilliant from him. Ryan Sterling got his first Arsenal goal as well. So it's been a good night, hasn't it? Hopefully tomorrow night will be just as good, maybe better, because it's Champions League qualifier. We have to win. So join me for that. It's going to be good stuff. Come on, you Gunners. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Regina says, see you tomorrow. Hopefully, we have learned how to score on Saturday. We'll get 3 or 4 goals. But hopefully, 2 will do, as long as we don't concede 1. Let's just get through. But yeah, it's going to be good tomorrow. Join me for that. Thank you, guys. We will see you very, very soon. Hopefully, my cold will be better. I'll have to take some of that stuff that Regina said, and then I'll be fine. So cheers, guys. Come on, you guys. See you tomorrow.